We haven't seen you in a while. Where you been, Lee?
I know. I've been in fucking Maine.
14 days I haven't seen Lee. Something like that. It hasn't
been 14 days. Well, close to it,
Close to it, yeah. Like 12
like 10 days, yeah.
My heart was, I miss my little Jewy fuzzy friend. You know what I'm saying?
You miss torturing somebody.
Nah, I always miss you. I worry about you. Things could happen. I don't know if you got mugged yet. So,
trust me, that's like the biggest question on the internet
would you
right
stop?
now.
I
what
know
do you mean,
it's
would
the
I
biggest
stop? You
question.
just brought it up.
But we want to mug you somewhere. Like, people are like, you know what? We're just going to mug them on an off state. Like, next time you go away with Josh Wolf, they'll mug you in Virginia.
That's exactly where I'll be May 30th.
There you go. See, I could feel it. I could fucking feel it. Yeah, it's been a great couple weeks. Last week, I didn't do shit, guys. I was not feeling it at all. Yeah, I wasn't feeling it last week. I didn't do comedy. I wrote a little bit, but basically just worked out, stayed at home with the girls. I was pretty quiet all weekend, too. I didn't do anything until last night. Last night was the first night I said, you know what? Let me wash my muffler and get out of the house.
No, when you say you didn't do anything, how many milligrams were you taking? The only problem. I didn't do shit. I did do 1,000 milligrams a night.
Friday night, I think I just ate like a half a mushroom chocolate bar. Like, that was it. And I got a little giggly, whatever, but it was just like in passing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing really stuck me. There was no anchors to the ground. But Saturday, I went to a communion party that started at 1, and I knew there was going to be good food.
Oh, yeah.
So I took 600 milligrams at about 11 o'clock in the morning. Just to be ready, tip-top Magoo, as soon as I walked in that one, no stories. And sure enough, I sat down. I did a couple sangrias just to loosen up the fucking whatever.
But then, like, whenever, if I ever am that high and there's food there, like, I'm not gonna say hi to people when I walk in. I'm just gonna walk straight to the food.
No. I walked in, sat down, said hello, gave the kid his fucking envelope, and then I attacked. You know me, why fuck around?
Dude, you saw me at their house a couple years ago. I walked in, didn't say a word, and then bagels appeared, and it like saved my life. But
those are good fucking bagels.
Yeah, if they come in a brown paper, I've never seen bagels come in a brown paper bag.
That's
before.
the old school way. That's when you know they're real. A Jew never delivers in a fucking silver container. A Jew shows up with a brown paper bag he's been carrying for years in that desert.
Oh,
there's everything in there, mofongo powder, everything, just to keep everything alive. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's
what? God damn it! What's up, dog?
I had some bagels like in Maine, and because before people would be like, "Oh, I had like it sounded," and I didn't know what they meant. It was my first like not New York bagel and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is what they're talking about."
You've been eating non-New York bagels since I fucking knew you.
Yeah, but then
I used to buy the Sara Lee bagels, the ones you bring home and put in the toaster. I'm like, Lee, you can't do that shit. Again, you live in the great. This is what I'm talking about. Even when you're in the greatest city, you still take the dumbest chance. You should start hanging out with my brother George more often. Both of you. I don't know what's going on, the circuitry. You don't eat a bagel. You live on fucking, what do you live? Times Square, right? A couple blocks from Times Square, you said? Okay. You don't eat, and all of a sudden you go to Maine, and now you decide you want a fucking bagel up in Bagelville.
I eat bagels here. I'm just
saying.
What
is Maine known for? Grapes or something like that?
They actually are known for blueberries. I didn't know that.
Blueberries, yeah. I knew it was grapes or something like that. You know, so what makes you want to eat those things?
They brought it to the office.
Well, then just because if I brought a piece of shit in a fucking hot dog, then when you eat it, no. You're Jewish and you wanted to save the $10. So you opted in on the food they brought in.
I gotta be honest, it's not even the money thing.
You don't even eat breakfast, you fuck.
Unless it's free in there.
Oh, okay. Unless it's free in there.
Dude,
I don't want you eating outside bagels no more. You're a New Yorker now. Maintain it. You're a fucking Marine now. Maintain it. No more puffy bagels, no more Sara Lee bagels, none of that shit. You're in New York, you're a Jew. Act like it.
So what, should I like pick it up and throw it away?
When you see, don't even pick it up. Just go, I gotta go get a bagel. And they'll go, why? There's bagels here. No. This is mushad. This is dog shit. This is dog shit. I'm on the East Coast. I don't deserve to do this to myself anymore. I did it for fucking 23 years in California. I'm not doing this.
Right.
I'm not doing this. And you walk out and slam the door like Clint Eastwood. Bah! And make sure you put your scarf behind you. That's when they know you fucking mean business.
I should start wearing a scarf. Why don't I wear a scarf?
Listen, I don't know. If you wear a scarf, I'll stab you. But anyway. Yeah, I went to this fucking thing. I was stoned when I walked in there. I had hit the pipe, and I got some good weed this weekend. It was 39, 38, and 36%. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this shit.
And it's good?
Oh, my God. It fucked me up. And I went in there with the edibles. And at first, I started off slow. I took the tomatoes off the mozzarella because I love the tomatoes. So I just ate the tomatoes with pepper. I wanted to start off slow. Then the baked clams came. There were too many breadcrumbs in there. I don't know what's going on with people. How many breadcrumbs? There's a clam this big, and you put 2 teaspoons of breadcrumbs.
Yeah, because you want to hide the clam.
Yeah, no. Hide the clam in what?
In breadcrumbs.
That's like eating a 400-pound chick. You got to find the clit. You got to fucking, nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to play find the clit. So it's the same fucking thing, right? Nobody wants to play that game.
Okay.
It's tough enough to find the G string when it's in there. It gets cupped in between a little fat leg over here, and you got to pull it out with a fucking scissor and cut it like an umbilical cord. You know what I'm saying? So,
none of the chubby girls I had ever wore thongs. It was very sad.
You got to wear it. Listen, the thong is it's a size smaller.
Yeah.
So if they eat a lot of donuts or they get fucked in the ass, it just pops. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look at Lee. He's like a little retard.
You buy a chair that I have to fucking dangle my feet with, it's going to happen.
So yeah, I had that. I had some baked clams. Then the chicken came with the fucking potatoes and the scarpiello. Not too good, but I ate the chicken to get protein.
Okay.
Chicken off the bone.
0 points.
Protein. Then we're going to make steak pizza at all, but he didn't want a red sauce on it. Let me tell you something. It was one of the best cuts of meat I've had in a long time. I must have ate 50 pieces of those little meats.
Did you leave the kitchen?
I wasn't in the kitchen. I was in the fucking banquet hall. Like everybody.
Oh, it was a banquet hall. I thought it was at their house. I don't know.
Chef? And then they brought, listen to this. They brought baked zeppelis. Baked. Ooh. Baked. The first bite, you're like, oh, this is different. But then you're like, holy shit, there's no grease. I must have ate a whole fucking bag. They had every table had a bag of them. I kept going over to every table, just stealing one big one. They look like white horns. By my area, there was a circle of white powder. It was like 1987 in my fucking area. There was white powder everywhere on my sweats, my fucking shirt, my jeans. I ate a whole bag of those fucking things. Delicious. I'm going to tell you what else I ate the other night. I told you I got super high the other night.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to see what these Krispy Kremes are all about. I'm going to stop at McDonald's and get a glazed Krispy Kreme. Dog, I tell you what, not bad. I only ate one of them. I gave the rest to the girls. Then we threw them out the next day, 3 of them.
Were they hot? Like, did they warm them up?
Yeah, they were. They're in a little thing. And, I mean, listen, not bad.
Well, of course, it's a Krispy Kreme. It's always going to be good.
But they only got 3 brands. They got the white one, the clear, the chocolate with the sprinkles, and maybe something else.
Yeah, but it's McDonald's. Like, that's how you know they want us dead. If they had Krispy Kreme at McDonald's when I was going to McDonald's 4 or 5 times a week, I would be dead right now.
Listen, they should just put a casket outside McDonald's. Like the first guy to get like a business called McDorkins and put it next to McDonald's, a funeral parlor, and then like bury people in their favorite like quarter pounder casket, fucking McNugget casket, the whole fucking thing. It wouldn't be like right now if you fucking opened up a funeral parlor and just put like caskets made out of
the French fries, yeah, you could put a whole family together.
French fry, you could put a whole family together. You could put them in the car eating the French fries, bury them, and 200 years from now, exhume them. The skeletons will be dust, but the French fries will still be there in the package, and one finger will be stuck on the bone. By the time you go get it, it just dissolves.
Dude, that's a crazy. Have you seen that? Where like scientists will have like a McDonald's meal under a glass for like 30 years, and there's not even mold on it. Like that's how like there's like 3 or 4 of these that I use. There's no. I think I ate more fast food than like how they have like that Spotify Wrapped, like you're in the top 1% of U2 listeners. I think I was probably for a while in the top 1% of. I would eat fast food every day when I was 300 plus pounds. I love fast food, and it's disgusting. And I still like it.
I heard somebody saying that Wendy's is just
they ruined. And it was the best. Wendy's was number one when I was growing up. When the cups were yellow, and they had someone was just they were just talking about this in RU Garbage. They had a salad bar that had pudding and Jello on it for free, and then and then the spicy chicken sandwich. This sandwich used to be big, and now it looks like they microwaved. I hate Wendy's now. Wendy's was number one, and now it's
What
just
the chili?
I never had the chili. Wendy's had chili.
Let me tell you something. The chili kept me together from 1997 to 2000, maybe 2001, because the chili and something else was on the dollar menu.
Probably a burger.
There was a burger, the little, and the baked potato. So fuck, for $6, man, that was lunch for me. I get the chili, the baked potato, which you didn't eat the skin even back then. Like, I like the skin.
Right.
I always eat the skin first, but not there. The skin looked a little fucked up, but the potato is okay. And then I'd eat the cheeseburger with it.
I'm surprised you ate the chili. Isn't that just like the day-old cheeseburgers that they just put in there?
You know, I didn't know. I don't know. At that time, listen, I was so I went day to day. So it was whatever I got. You know, I was on that Josh Wolf block by Vista. I either got a turkey burger from Josh Wolf or fucking, you know. So one of the places I went to was Wendy's, and the other place was, what's a Chinese place down the corner from there? It's well known. Like, it's been there for fucking.
Oh, like an LA place.
Yeah, it was right there on the corner of La Brea and Sunset. There's a Chinese joint.
Oh, is it it's not the Chinese theater, is it?
No, is that the little fucking La Brea and Sunset?
I don't know where anything is.
Sunset and La Brea has a Chinese place on the corner that I went to for years. I forget what the fuck the name is. But I would go there, get lunch, and at the same time get my headshots done. There was like 20 things in that area to do. There was 1,000 things in that mall. They taught karate upstairs. Then across the street was the other headshot lady. And she was really hot, Asian. And her husband looked like Santa Claus. And we would go in there every day to make copies. And one day the husband died. And somebody told me, like, the husband died. I'm like, I'm going to go in there and get dibs on that woman. It must have been like 98, 99. And I remember me and my friend Ricky Cruz had the biggest crush on that Asian woman. And we would go over there every day and try to hit on her. And she wasn't budging. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was like, nah, I'm no mood. But she was hot. So we would go over there and make those printing copies. That whole neighborhood was like an actor neighborhood. So everything you needed was in those couple streets. Fuck, it's going to kill me not to know the name of that Chinese joint.
Well, we'll look it up during the break.
Okay.
But so you'd go there and eat and get like the lunch special?
Lunch special was huge there.
How is it? Did you get anxiety about that? Like, because I know you didn't. It didn't seem like you minded being broke when you were back then. Like
I was used to it. It was just, listen, after a while, you get used to it, and you think you're going to be there for the rest of your life, so nothing really matters. You look at your credit card bills and you go, minimum payment, $300, good luck. You know, you used to look at your credit cards and go, I owe $60,000. And you look at the bill and go, I'm never going to get out of that.
Like, that number could be 6 million at 60 grand.
You're never going to get out of that. Like, at that, there's a number that you could always get yourself out of with an extra job and pray that your tire doesn't blow up or your engine doesn't blow up or your cat doesn't swallow a needle. You know, I remember being broke, dog, and my cat swallowed a fucking needle. And we had to scrape up $600 in like 10 credit cards. Like 32 off one, 18 off the other. You know, but that's the things that set you back. When you're trying to get debt off your fucking lot, it's that fucking flat tire. And they can't get it. Now it's a $250 tire. That destroys you.
And it always happened, at least to me, it would always happen like right when I thought I was doing well. Like, it would be like a couple weeks or a month of like, okay, I'm ahead now. It's okay.
Put money away. Everything's good. I filled up my tank. I got groceries. And then you have you hit a pole. I remember one day I hit something. And I called Ralphie to bail me out. I mean, there was no way. I just called him and told him the truth. Ralphie, I don't have a dime. I got no tires. And there ain't no way I can make a living or get anything to eat. He's like, go over to Goodyear. The Goodyear on whatever. Tell him I sent you. tell him to call me up. I'll give him my credit card number. I had to do that once with him. It was just, there was no hope. There was no way I was going to get 4 tires. Even if I went to Las Filas and went to those little Mexican shops where the tires are $20, even at that, I couldn't afford $80.
Right. Because I've thought about that a lot, because I've been very blessed that, like, you know, things get expensive and I have, you know, money gets tight. But you think about that, like a single mom or anybody who they're like, hey, you got towed, it's $200. And they're like, I don't.
Yeah. The car's done.
There's no way I'm going to get
$200, the car's done. I'll never see that thing again. Because if I do get $100 and then I'm looking for another 100, I'll buy a gram of Coke because I'm depressed because I didn't get the other $100. You know, there's always, guys, there's always something. You know, and there comes a time in your life when you go, okay, I'm in this debt. You know, college. Like I was talking to a friend of mine a couple of weeks ago, and she has been out of college for 10 years, maybe, even longer. Mm-hmm. And she was saying she still owes 50 large.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, you walk around every day with a student loan debt of 50 large. I'm not judging.
That's probably
I used
low.
to walk around with a debt of 400,000 and not answer my phones. I couldn't even get a phone. It took me 12 years to get credit. And it started with Sprint. That's why I'm very loyal to Sprint. Because Sprint sided me for $200 a month. My package was $189. So every time I went over, they shut my fucking phone off, and I had to run down there and pay $2.25, shit like that. You know, but Sprint billed me back up, and
right.
Then Terry put me on a loan. I paid it back, and fucking, there was just so many things. But I disappeared for so long. Yeah. Those cards started collapsing in 92. I disappeared. I was like, I'm getting a pager. If these credit card people get a number of a pager, I'm hiring them. They're fucking the best. Because they would call me anywhere. I'd go to the bathroom here, and the phone would ring. You, Joey? Yeah, somebody wants to talk to you. Hey, it's Visa. It's Tom from Visa. Where you been? You were supposed to send that check last week. We never got it. Listen, your card's going to get cut down this Friday. You got to get a minimum payment in real quick to keep it, you know. And you're like, minimum payment? It's Friday. I got to make rent.
Yep.
Your minimum payment is going to the fucking landlord.
And there's like, they don't work with you at all, really. I've noticed.
No, who's going to work with you? You're a bum. You didn't pay the light bill.
No, but even if you do pay, like
you didn't pay the water bill. You're a bum. You didn't pay it for 6 months, and then you did this. You're a bum in their eyes.
Right.
I sold cars, so I remember the credit reports and how the banks will look at credit reports. And how every time, you know, there's so many things to affect your credit rating to make it stronger. And there's a lot of things you could do that works against it. You don't even know.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Like, let's say on the other side, let's say you start doing one, you can start making payments and you get busy, you're working and you're late by 2 days. And like, sorry, we're going to ding your credit report. Sorry, late charge.
Listen, if you've been working, you could call them sometime.
Every once in a while, but some of them are assholes.
Dog, I know. It's like, all right, people tell you not to file for bankruptcy. But if you call those debt consolidation places, they're fucking worse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they cut a deal, they get it wiped off. So, listen, in my situation, when you look at a bankruptcy, you're dead for 7 fucking years. That's a long time to be dead for. That's dead. That's dead. I was dead for like 13 years.
And was it hard for you to like get, I mean, you weren't even applying for
I had a credit card that was $250.
Okay.
That was 82%.
Jesus.
So if I put a sandwich on it at the airport, it was just to travel. My wife got me a $250 card just to travel, but it was 30%. So if I got a cheeseburger, it was $42. And that shit was ticking. That's another company that would call me and go, hey, you're at $298. You better make a payment right now. We're going to shut down the card. You know, it was fucking brutal, you know. And then I had that. The pager, which doesn't fucking get you anything. And then a friend of ours opened up a Sprint store on Hollywood on Sunset, right by the comic book store where we did the podcast at.
Yeah.
Right there. There used to be a Sprint store there.
Okay.
And he told me, he goes, come in, I'll get you hooked up. $200. Come in. And I was like, he ain't going to do it. He fucking did it. And then that builds up a little bit. And then, guys, who the fuck knows? To this day, I'm still leery of credit cards.
They're very scary.
I'm leery of credit cards. I'm happy they're ATMs. I'm happy that when you go there, you got the money in the bank. And that's it. It's yours. It's not yours. But that other shit, that's the quickest way of shooting yourself in the head. It's like the other day. And listen, you guys are going to look at me and go, Joey, you're a hypocrite. No, I'm going to tell you the truth. The other day, I'm watching this fucking, I was watching something, sporting event. And Terry, my wife, goes, that's just weird that there's a sports betting line on the TV. And I go, Terry, this is it. Listen, when you grew up in this area as a child, guys talk gambling all the time. So eventually you put in that first 5-timer, which was $5 to win 25 or lose 30, and you get, and I grew up with 3 or 4 people got into gambling problems. But I predict in the next 10 years, 5 years, the gambling problem is going to be worse than it's ever been. Because it's introduced to these kids at a young age and it's accepted. When I was 18, you had to call a guy, hi, Black Cavalier. Now you just put 200 on your books and you're ready to rock. At 18, 19, little Joey, the kid around the corner had 3 or 4 accounts. He's fucking 10. He's 10. FanDuel and another one, These kids figure it out. I don't give a fuck. The same way we figured out how to get somebody to buy liquor for us, they figure out how to open up. They'll go in front of the mother and take their hand while they're sleeping. And there's 1,000 things, right?
And even then, I'm sure kids get credit cards on their phones now. And bank, all you have to do is attach it to a bank account. I mean, luckily, a lot of these major people they verify everything, but you never know. They could get into their parents' account and place bets. I'm sure that happens. It's the whole even just everything the phone brings to kids is crazy.
Everything, everything in your world is on your fucking phone. Somebody steals your phone, they're crafty, you're done. You're done because they've allowed that. They've allowed it to put Apple Pay and this pay and poo pay. I don't pay nothing with my fucking phone. I got an ATM card and I got a pocket. And that's where I pay from. I don't need to king, king like a fucking idiot to be cool in front of your friend. I don't need that. I don't need to order ahead.
You don't order ahead?
No, I don't want them to know I'm coming. Why are you going to call somebody and let them know I'm coming? You're going to shoot me. I'm coming right into your hands. You want to poison me with that coffee or whatever?
Nobody gets.
I don't do none of that. I show up and you put the order in and you watch them. You look in their eye. You black dog because they don't know. Who's the order for? Lee. Okay, they don't know fucking Lee unless you go in there every day and you start a relationship with them. But today, nobody talks. They go to a counter, right? There's a food. They put a bag on a thing.
Right.
You walk in, you look at it, thank you, and you walk out. You don't know. They don't know you from Adam.
No, people steal that stuff all the time.
Yeah, I would, dog. Can you imagine in my day? Shit, I'd be eating for free like a motherfucker right now. Walking into Starbucks, fucking lifting. I see it all the time. And people they leave it there. They wait for the Uber. How many times have I been at Starbucks with my daughter? And there's a couple of those drinks and fucking cherry drinks. And all of a sudden some fucking dude walks in like he just ran out of a track. Like he's just getting chased out of the racetrack in Freehold, which is closed. But he comes out and he's like, the Uber. So Uber picks up coffee for you.
Uber will pick up anything you want.
I'm too old school. I can't do it.
No, I don't
want to order ahead. Unless if I have to order, there's 2 or 3 things I could order from my favorite restaurant, Osteria. I could order chicken parm and they'll cook it for me. I could order anything and they'll pick it up. And I trust them.
Right.
Everybody else, I don't want to trust nobody. I want to go there and order and see what they do and how they act, like with a Chinese restaurant.
Right.
I want them to see them make it. It's right there, the kitchen.
But you can't usually see into the kitchen.
There's 2 restaurants in my neighborhood you can see in the kitchen for Chinese places.
I had no idea that was part of the...
Oh, yeah, that's the whole thing. When they get the food on the wok, the cat, they throw gasoline on that motherfucker, the thing blows up. They're yelling, "Atao, atao, papi, pa."
Do they ever get mad at you for just staring at them? Are you like mean mugging them?
I'm fucking amazed by them. Listen, if I go to how many restaurants you go to there, a la fresco, whatever the fuck, where the kitchen's wide open and the chef, I would never work at one of those places.
No?
Like if I was a chef, listen, this is what I need is a bunch of fucking jerk-offs looking at me. Go fuck yourself. El Nido has a 3 tables for VIPs that you just look in the kitchen.
Yeah, they have tables in the kitchens at some restaurants.
No, I'm not doing that. I got to perform like a seal now. It's hard enough I got to cook. Now I got to have 3 idiots like, looking at me with a fucking glass of whatever the fuck they're holding. I forgot it was Cinco de Mayo yesterday. What a fucking fucked up holiday.
You didn't like Cinco de Mayo?
Well, it's like a bullshit holiday because it doesn't. Even Mexicans don't do it. It's for white people to drink margaritas. Like right now, if you go anywhere on Route 22, any of those Mexican explosion, that's what you're gonna see. A bunch of white girls about to get raped. You know what I'm saying? With that fucking tequila and shit, letting themselves off. Somebody slips a roofie with a tequila, you're done. You wake up, what happened? Yeah, I'll tell you what happened. You dumb fuck. You should have stayed home.
It is kind of amazing how like there's so many holidays that if you boil them down, or just people want to get fucked up.
But you don't know. You only know 1 year when you puke on that holiday. When you puke on Cinco de Mayo and you wake up the next morning, you're like, what? I went to a bar, there was no Mexicans there. There was not one Mexican jumping up and down. The only Mexican was the busboy. And they treated him like shit. They were whipping him, the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, and like, what about like St. Patrick's Day? Isn't that really not like? Do Irish people really care about that?
Yeah, but listen, you don't want to entangle the Irish.
What happens with the Irish?
alone. Just leave them alone. It's that day. St. Patrick is Italian, right? That's how fucked up it is. So just don't worry about it. If they offer you a drink, you take it. Like Mother's Day is bullshit. It just makes me sentimental. I go, what the fuck? Mother's Day is every day.
Right.
In your world, Mother's Day is every fucking day. Calling them, thinking about them, whatever. Right?
You'd hope so.
And then Father's Day, that's the worst. That's the worst of all the fucking holidays.
You don't like it?
No. Like, I fight hard every day for that little fucking munchkin.
So what? And you don't want? I don't know. It's not nice.
What are we gonna do? Go to a park, look around.
You get to grill.
Happy Father's Day. Let's go eat. There's nothing there. It's a homemade holiday.
That's true.
It's like I think they're gonna change a bunch of holidays back. Like they're gonna bring back Columbus Day and something else and something else. No more Androgynous Day. That shit got cut out. That's it.
There's one change that I saw that I wanted to get your opinion on.
Which is?
They're opening Alcatraz.
Okay.
Let's just say they do. Could you imagine, like, being sent there? That's fucked up.
After the guy mugs you, they'll send him there. How's that?
Let's hope. Well, yeah, fuck him.
Have you been to Alcatraz?
Yeah.
Me too. I've been like 2 times. Tremendous. You take the fucking boat out there. I don't think people would survive out there now.
Yeah.
I think it's been a big difference in weather, climate. That's a cold motherfucker out there.
Probably.
I'm going to repeat it. That's a cold motherfucker out there. I'm going to repeat it. That's a cold motherfucker. September, you go to those stadiums, you freeze. I can't even think about October when Barry Bonds was hitting those home runs into the ocean, whatever the fuck.
Right.
Those games were fucking, you freeze to death. You would see those people out there like freezing.
I mean, it's California. I knew it was a little colder. I didn't know it was that cold. Do you think it's...
Dog, I remember I went up there with Felicia. I left Burbank Airport. It was 100 degrees. I had a white T-shirt on. And I landed in San Francisco, and I had to stop in Fisherman's Wharf and get one of those Welcome to San Francisco sweatshirts. In July, it was fucking 60 and freezing because that wind comes off that ocean blazing. Blazing.
Yeah.
Remember, so what's the famous writer? The coldest winter I ever spent was a summer in San Francisco.
Oh, shit, I don't know.
Yeah, the coldest winter he ever spent was a summer in San Francisco. And Mark Twain. There you go. So Alcatraz is a prison unless they reheat it. It's so out-functioned now.
Yeah, no, they couldn't put people there now.
Yeah, but it doesn't, listen, here's what The purpose of a prison is punishment.
Right.
It's not for you to go to a vacation or anything like that. That's the real purpose of a fucking prison. And to try to get rehabilitated, which they don't give a fuck about. They think putting you in a hole with no windows is going to rehabilitate you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But, like, what's that Colorado Supermax? You don't even see sunlight there.
Really?
That's under the fucking ground. They built it in.
Oh, shit.
So it's like 2 or 3 floors in.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I wish we had all this shit used so we could show people. But all that shit was a prison that was built down. So it's like either 2 or 3 floors. That's where America's worst are at. All the terrorists, all the people, that's where they put them. You're not ever going to see fucking daylight again.
They might like Alcatraz then. It's kind of pretty.
Yeah.
Like to go from in the ground? I didn't know it was in the ground. I'm not even trying to be funny.
No. I'm not talking about Alcatraz. I'm talking about the one in Colorado.
Right.
Supermax, whatever the fuck. And then then you're going to open up Alcatraz, which again, it doesn't pertain to me because I'm not planning on doing any crimes.
Of course not.
There's 2 or 3 I'd like to do. I'd like to do them.
That's all. I would have thought it'd be way more.
That's it. So if they open it, listen, prison in this country is a business.
Uh-huh.
There's no end of topic to it. There's maybe 3 people who'll tell you that, yeah, we could do it and people could get better. No, it's not. It's just a business. They open up halfway houses, prisons. You know, it's a business. So, yeah, we got more criminals, so you might as well open up more prisons.
I can't imagine. Like, it just, to be in Alcatraz just seemed extra scary. I didn't.
It's 24 hours.
Because, like, no one's ever escaped.
Well, they did. Clint Eastwood escaped.
I apologize.
Nobody caught that dude. Nobody found the body. They just found the shackles years later. Okay, the sharks could have fucking ate him, but that dude was never found. So let's just say he didn't really escape. He tried.
Right. A bunch of people. I think it was like 12 or 14. I think I read today.
And nobody.
No, only that one guy who like they didn't find.
They didn't find.
But it's I don't know. But like the amount of money it would cost to rebuild it. Like like you just said, prison is a business. Do you think we should be spending like our money on like building? I don't know. That seems fucked up.
I mean, who we're gonna throw in there? Homeless people?
I guess.
And give them their own island. Homeless island out there. Send the migrants out there with them.
Oh,
you see, today they didn't have the sweatshirt on. Today they had the camouflage hat. I saw like 3 of them walking around with the camouflage hat. My favorite migrants. But no, all jokes aside, listen. It's like anything else. If you build it, they'll come.
Right. Yeah.
You build Alcatraz, rebuild it. I don't know what it's going to cost. I'm not a construction. This is the first I heard about this.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. Listen, keep opening them up. And there's a bunch of other prisons that are fucking shut down, maybe. Ratty. Listen, it's a prison. It's not supposed to be the 4 Seasons. It's fucking prison. Yeah, you got your little Lompoc for the Italians up there in Northern California. They go up there and learn how to play tennis and ride horses. You got the one on the East Coast. I forget what it is. You got prison camps that are fucking pretty nice, but you've earned your time. You've paid for an attorney. You know what I'm saying? You maintain him. You covered your bills. Now it's time to celebrate a little bit. You go up to Lompoc. That's where all the pimps go. But not everybody's going to get to go up there.
Right.
Know? So, you know me, dog. I ain't planning on going back to jail. But
fuck no.
So I don't think. And then you have the one in Cuba that they're using.
Oh, Guantanamo.
Guantanamo. Aren't they using Guantanamo, too? What's that?
Just for them, for the migrants. Alcatraz, too.
Oh, it's just for migrants?
I didn't know that, yeah.
But why are we building, see again, I don't want to get into politics, but why are we building a jail to put migrants in there? Send them back. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense. See, when you're like let's say I didn't have paperwork and I came from Cuba 14 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I do something wrong, anything. I throw a wrapper on the floor. If a cop pulls me over and takes me down, it's a whatever violation. They could take you back to Cuba.
Damn. Okay.
If you get in trouble here, not throwing a piece of wrapper on the floor, but you know what I'm saying. Like if I commit a heavy duty crime and they take me down to immigration, they could pull me out of here. And then for those people are going to just shoot me. That's all they do. They just shoot you. You're a traitor to the country. You came here. You left on a raft.
Oh, if they send you back to Cuba?
Yeah, if they send you back to Cuba, they just shoot you. And everybody knows that. That's why they have all these fucking people trying to get human rights violations down there. There's tons of them, and they don't give a fuck. They're a communist country. You think their prisons have TVs and remote controls, and they give you 3 eggs for breakfast, and it's club fed? You think that's what they got down there?
No.
Dog, it's brutal. There's no air conditioner. That island gets hot. Power goes out. There was a jail that they would just make them walk around naked. Can you imagine that? Being in a prison with men naked. And there's a hole in the floor, and that's where you shit and piss. Good luck getting to that fucking hole.
Especially where I am now. Like, I can't, if you grew up there, like, I don't know, if you grew up there, is it less crazy? Or is it just as crazy?
If you grew up in Cuba?
Yeah.
Well, half the people in a Cuban prison aren't there because they're real criminals. It's because they broke a political policy.
They're putting people like that in that kind of prison? I thought this was like Supermax.
Well, no. They have a couple prisons in Cuba. They have many detention centers and shit like that. But in every province, as they call them, they probably have a prison, right?
Okay.
But if you don't go to school, like, I forget what the rules were. If you didn't go to work like 3 days in a row, they put you in jail. They do a ton of shit to you that we don't know about, or some of us do, but they do. But I know when I met people 40 years ago that were just getting out of Cuba for Mariel, it was brutal. On Saturdays and Sundays, you had to go to a meeting place, and Fidel spoke for 8 to 10 hours. And you have to stand there in the heat, and there's people watching in the audiences to see if you're falling asleep. You have to clap after everything he said. You had to do all that shit. If people saw you not clapping, they come over, get you, and throw you in fucking jail, give you a beating. It's fucking brutal. And to think that we're 90 miles from that, and it's been close to 60 years, 70 years, 60 years that nobody has done shit.
Right. I mean, and that's like, it's a hard question because, I don't want to get political either. But like, there has to be some fine line. Like, you were an immigrant. Like, so like, you understand where these people are coming from. Like, a lot of people are in fucked up situations, and like, that's kind of what America was built on. But it obviously went like a lot too far.
It's really weird how I feel about all that stuff. When I first moved to Jersey, a couple miles away is the Club 35.
Okay.
35 Triple X. It's a club that my friends owned, and it's just a strip club that's buck wild. It's buck wild in there. But the first time I went in there to see him, he said to me, all those girls over there are Cuban. So after a couple minutes, one of them will always come up to you and talk to you, and I started talking to one that was young and nice. She was about 25, and I'm looking at this girl, and she's beautiful. I mean, she's beautiful on these streets. If you dressed her up and shaved her eyebrows and, got her tightened up, she's a fucking knockout. She was blonde. She was funny. And, I would give her like $30. Just sit here, talk to me. And I would ask her creepy questions about Cuba. And she would wait for me some nights. She'd go, it's Wednesday. You're going to come. Like the whole thing. I liked it. I don't know. Ever since the club closed down, I don't know what those fucking people are doing now. But I would talk to her, man. And it would make me really fucking sad.
Why?
That place is still doing that. Like, these people get on now you could leave. Now if you do the paperwork, you could leave, but you got to leave somebody down there. Like, this girl had her mother down there. Her father lived in Miami, but her mother was down there. And she was taking trips once a month to go down there. That's why she stripped. But they're hookers. But they've been hookers since they were 14.
In Cuba?
14, 13, they're out there for the tourists and all these fucking animals that go down there to fuck 14-year-old hookers.
I didn't know that about
And then
Cuba.
these girls come up here and they're buck wild. Cuban chicks, when they go off the rails, they're buck wild. They'll say shit to you that you're like, oh my God. Like, she was talking about sucking my ball through my asshole and sucking the true sperm out of it. And I'm like, why are you talking about it? This ain't going to happen. They're on a different fucking level. And I would talk to them, how long have you been doing this for? Since I was 14. Sometimes I'd be sitting there watching a game, and she'd come over like nothing and go, "Come on, go have a good time. Go get your dick sucked. Get any one of these chicks to suck your dick." I mean, it was fucking insane how that's their mentality. But I would ask them about like different things, the food. And man, it's not good. It's not good.
What happened?
Just they don't have no meat.
Really?
You get like a laundry list every month of shit. 3 cans of ginger ale, 8 eggs, but you got 30 days. You eat egg, we eat 2 eggs a day, right?
At least
30 days. That's 60 eggs. They get 8 eggs for 4 people for a month. They could probably get like 2 cups of coffee for a month. You got to keep reusing the filter and figure out. They call it white coffee. That's what they call it in Cuba. White coffee now with some shit. They don't even have the coffee no more. The soil where all the fucking, those great tobaccos were grown, that soil has been abused. There's no good soil left. They've been banking on that soil since fucking 1920. It's 2025. That soil is fucking, that's why they're coming from the Dominican Republic, are they not? There's, like, Dominican cigars are big.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
That's, they got a grid that hasn't been built. That's been, I think a pirate built it. The electrical grid. Every time there's a storm, they lose power for 3 or 4 days.
And it's still a communist country?
Still a communist country, but then on the other side of that, again, I'm talking hypocrisy because my cousins are there.
Okay.
My cousins belong to the National Cuban Band. And guess what? They don't suffer. They don't suffer. They have beautiful homes, swimming pools. They get great money. My cousin performs every night. I'm not talking shit about her. I'm just telling you the realities of that fucking communist country. These people, they barely eat. They got no shoes. You see the cars in Cuba? Fucking a Cuban could fucking fix a car up, dog.
Right, they're all like 70-year-old cars, right?
Yeah, 70-year-old fucking cars. And they still got them on the road with duct tape and elbow grease.
And I just don't know. Our problem is they're a communist country, like, so we don't let anything go in. Is that the deal?
We have an embargo. So nothing American could go in there. We can't help them. We can't do anything. So they would maintain for years off of Russia. And then Russia went broke, and then they cut them off. So I think the only thing Cuban has is sugar. Yeah. They trade, but not sufficient. And the government takes all the big packages. You know what I'm saying? They just give you little buds.
Oh, yeah.
But then again, listen, we can sit here and talk about Cuba. There's places in Africa that are like that. I mean, listen, man, we goof around a lot and all that, but what's Palestine look like? Think about all these places now on earth. Think about what our fucking freedoms are. How we get up and go get a hot dog. We get up and fucking go smoke pot or something like that. And then there's these fucking people and then you have to think about how lucky was I that God let me be born in the United States.
Oh, yeah.
Like, did you ever think about it? You could have been born in Africa with flies on you and people coming up to you with a dish in their mouth trying to talk to you and shit. And you're like, I don't know what the thing. And I'm not saying that's bad. They might be looking at us.
Yeah.
Go and look at those billy goats in America with everything. But you ever think of that? That's when it really gets scary, when you're like, how lucky am I that I wasn't born during fucking, in India during the fucking, the cow scare of 1922 or whatever the fuck it is. You guys don't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
You have to at times go, why was I so lucky that I was born in this country instead of Switzerland or fucking somewhere that's not kosher, where you see people like, you ever see that late night commercial and all those people have the fucked up lips and you got to send them money,
Like clef palate or whatever.
Yeah, palate. How come we weren't born there? How lucky or what? So when you start thinking about that, you go, you know what? I got to do something with my fucking life.
Yeah. We're very lucky.
So it's pretty fucking interesting. Anyway, Lee Syatt is fucking done. Because he took a week off. He went to training. Everything was good.
He took a week off.
He went up there with his girlfriend. That means they're on 5 milligram edibles and the whole thing. And then
do I ever get to defend myself?
Then
no, it's not a week
surprise
off.
party.
It's 400 milligrams.
Yeah, but that's why.
Yeah, but what do you mean that's
we
why?
got to shock the fucking system. You took 10 days off. Didn't even bring an edible up there with you. Dicked around for 2 fucking weeks. Now Now you want to tell me, I know what I'll talk about. My mother's 70. Listen, leave me alone, all right? You ate Puerto Rican food at some white people's house.
No, Puerto Rican food was really good.
White Puerto Rican.
But yeah, dude, if anyone had 400 milligrams, people come up to me and they tell me, like, I've had doctors come up to me and be like, we're surprised, like, you're okay.
Oh, tell them to go fuck themselves. They're all pussies, dude, these fucking doctors. They're a bunch of fucking pussies. They don't know dick about dick.
They know something.
I'm surprised you're still alive. If they knew so much, how come when I took the 800 milligrams in the hospital and my heart rate was up above the moon, how come they couldn't figure it out, okay?
Because they don't think people
and
are
they
going to
looked in
dose
my eyes
themselves with
for like
edibles
10 minutes.
in the
They were looking
hospital.
in my eyes. They had lights in there. I'm like, you find the fucking helmet, you fuck. And they couldn't find it. So don't believe it, doctor. They don't know dick about the THC world. I've been involved in the THC. I'm 62 years old. You got to, at this point, you got to say he's been doing something for 50 fucking years. Because 12 is usually the starting point. I've been in this shit for 50 years. Nobody's died. Nobody's OD'd. Nope. Well, there's a couple people who have become retarded. But God loves them too. You know what I'm saying? God loves the retards too, and I'm one of them. I know it's affected me, but fuck, you're not going to come to me with some Chinese story about reefer. Maybe anything else or pills or whatever. Not reefer. I've been living proof, and all across the country. All across the country. From Thai weed in 83 here, all the way over there to the shit from the Golden Triangle before it was even the Golden Triangle.
What's the Golden Triangle?
I'm not going to tell you. It's those 4 cities, like up in Northern California by Humboldt and the other ones, and they grow weed up there.
Okay.
It looked like fucking coke in the 80s. That's how many white powders was in the fucking bag. So now people are going to come tell me about THC. I don't fucking think so. That's why when I go to weed stores, I just get aggravated. When people tell me that, oh, it's 29%, but you got terpenes. Listen, these terpenes don't do nothing. I need torpedoes, not terpenes. Terpenes are for faggots. I need torpedoes to shoot in my fucking brain. Dog, we don't even get high on 29, 30% weed. I don't.
No.
I got to put it up there and add macukia juice to it and fucking, we've worked hard for this tolerance, and I'm fucking proud of it. So fuck you and fuck them. And fuck the doctor, too, we're going to tell you. I hate when people, listen, you're not going to tell me that you got a license to smoke weed because your foot hurts. Listen, I'm too old. Just look me in the eye and go, listen, I like getting fucking high. Okay, then. Don't tell me you get high. Not you. I'm not. No, I know. Like I'm accusing you. I'm not accusing you. You're a good egg. What I'm saying is that fucking, people want to right away, well, he's been smoking pot. I'm sick and tired of people blaming everything on fucking drugs. And maybe you were a retard when you started and you shouldn't have done drugs. Did you ever think of that? Because I know that was my problem. I wasn't ready for drugs, but I indulged in them and then went deep. And I wasn't ready for that. It broke me. And somewhere I made it back. I don't know where the fuck I made it back. I'm not all there, but I'm not fucked up either, hearing things. I live a very normal life. It's not like I'm fucking, what do I care? If the weed keeps my powder dry, so be it. You have to figure out in life what keeps your powder dry. For some people, it's reading a book. For some people, it's jumping off a fucking building. For some people, it's getting their dick sucked. And for some people, like me, I'm very content when I get smoke weed at night. Very content. Very content.
And is it something you see yourself doing for the rest of your life?
Fuck yeah. Till I'm in that fucking recovery room with the ear cancer and the fucking, you can't smoke in here, the oxygen. Go fuck yourself. I'm blowing the whole place up. Yeah, I'm blowing the whole fucking place up. I'm not going silent at night. I'm Uncle Joey, bitch. Speaking of which, we've discussed this person on the show again over the last couple months because it's my entertainment right now. I don't have much entertainment, but my form of entertainment is to torture certain people. I've been waiting 8 months to torture this girl, and she finally gave me the answer. This morning, I wake up at Monday morning like I do every fucking Monday, 6:15, and I just picked up my phone. I have my Whoop on there for sleep. So I usually do that when I'm waiting for the coffee to brew. I hit the Whoop button, and it tells me how hours I slept, how many times I woke up in the middle of the night. And usually, because I don't do drugs anymore, I don't have anybody calling me late at night. Every once in a while, I got somebody from California. There's a guy that's a writer that hits me up, but he fucking forgets. Like, I get the text message at 3 in the morning. I'm like, This guy's a fight. And he's from New York. That's what really burns me up. And he still texts me at 12 o'clock thinking it's 9 here. That's how retarded he is. So I got to hit him up every once in a while and go, what the fuck, how? So this morning I woke up to 3 texts. And one of them was from this crazy girl. And I opened it up. And she goes, good morning. I just want to let you know I went to see a palm reader, one of those people. And he said that you should be in my life. And he told me, or she told me, that I'm from a different planet. And I always knew that I was from a different planet, but then I went home and told my mother, and she said that she's honored that that planet let her raise this girl. Now,
hold on.
Dog, I don't know what this is. So I put the fucking phone down. I get my glass of water with 22 ice cubes. I drink like 3 glasses of water. I go outside. It was raining this morning, but I still went outside. I had a hooded sweatshirt. So I went outside. I thank God for giving me another day. I'm thankful for what I got and for what I don't got. And then I deal with the world. And after I finish that cup of coffee, I deal with the world. I didn't even deal with it then. I went downstairs and I sprayed the shit in my lungs and fucking read Yahoo. There was something I wanted to see if Houston won last night. I was looking through all that. Then I finally went out, I smoked, and I came in. I go, now I'm ready to look at this fucking text message. Because sometimes I think I can't read. Sometimes I look at text messages and I don't even know who sent them. Like sometimes I can't see that. It's dark in my room when I get up, and then I just go to the bathroom, pee, put my sweats on. So I look at this message again. I got a message from a buddy of mine and some other lunatic. And I look at her message. This is the one I wanted to see again. And again, I read, I went to see a hand reader, whatever the fuck. And he says that we should stay friends and that fucking I'm from another planet. And I always knew I was from another planet. Something just crazy talk. I had to put my glasses to actually look at it. And that she told her mother, and the mother said she's honored that the planet gave her to raise. And I'm like, wow, this is fucked up. I didn't even answer it. I just erased it because it was too heavy in the morning. I can't deal with that. I can't deal with that heavy in the morning. I got a 12-year-old, and she's going to come down the stairs any minute with some fucking nonsense. And I sit there and take it. I'm to that point where I just turn the chair around and sit there and watch her just spiel about something that I have no idea what she's talking about.
Yeah, but that's...
But then I thought about it throughout the day, and I'm like, this is my hook to torture. I get like one of those lights that people put up in front of those clubs in front of New York. You know what I'm saying? When you pull up in your limo and the light's going around.
Right.
We'll put one of those things in front of her house, like 50 yards, like a beam of light that just shines through her window when she's watching TV. And we'll set her up like that, little by little. Leave like Martian shit on her car or something.
You're going to, she's going to go nuts.
So who cares? She's already nuts. If somebody goes to a palm reader, like if I went to a palm reader as a goof and this motherfucker told me that I was from another planet,
how would you feel?
What would I do?
Yeah.
I'd tip him and walk out of there. Well, I don't know. I don't fucking know, but I wouldn't believe it, I mean, I don't even want to get into that because then the fucking conspiracy people come after me, but it's just fucking weird what's happening in America today. It really gets... Grab the water. It's okay. Did you see that? He just had his hand up like Chiller Theater. Remember? He had that little Jew hoof up like he was scared. He couldn't even know what This is 400 million. And I ate like 6, this motherfucker. Nothing.
I didn't you eat 6.
I ate 2 here with you. And I ate 1 on the way up. And I smoked a blunt on the way up because it was bumper-to-bumper traffic. And I couldn't see. So I said, fuck it. If you're walking on ice, you might as well dance. If you're not going to see with all this rain, I had this half a blunt left, dog. I smoked it yesterday at my daughter's game. On the way to the game, because I was running late, I was fucked up. My wife went and got McDonald's for everybody. I killed that shit. And then me and her were both sick last night. We had stomach aches. I had like 6 of those McNuggets and some fries. And a Dr. Pibb, and I was fucking fucked up. Mr. Pibb, whatever, Dr. Pepper, I don't even know no more. What happened, Lee? You're not going to give me the hand? He had the hoof. Who is right? Yeah. I told you, we ain't fucking around here no more. We're adults now. You know what I'm saying? The church in L.A. was something different. You took 2-3 years off. And I told you, we're going to kick it back up again. But then you started fucking around with those edibles from New Hampshire and the faggy bagels and the whole fucking deal. And then now this is why you like this. You could eat 400 and fucking do backflips when I met you.
No, first of all, no, I couldn't.
Yes, you could. Now you eat 400. Look at you. You're not even going to remember the score of the Celtic-Knick game tonight. That's how fucked up you are, cocksucker.
It's not going to be good.
No, but it's okay. You need this once in a while. You were too much of a...
What do you mean?
Last week you had a faggy week. That's bullshit. Work, a surprise party for mom. Come on. We got to pick it up a little bit. You got to tell me about some sex clubs. I got to have
Sex clubs?
I got to have Eric come back here and take you for some sex club.
That.
That's what you need.
I don't want to go to the sex club, but I love to see
You
her.
need something. You need something because you're too,
There was one.
You live in the city, you eat a bagel in New Hampshire. I've never seen anything like this. What?
There was a sex club that opened up in Connecticut right next to a church they just found.
Okay, did you join?
No.
Then why are you bombing me for? Did you bring me a coupon so you could call them up and harass them?
No, I think they're closing it because it's like right next to a church.
Oh, well, I don't understand. They worked from strength because if you want freaks, go to a church. That's where all those people that pray to God, they're the ones that fucking fuck little hookers on Tuesday nights after bingo and all that shit. They go down there and fuck a black chick even though they tell their wife they're racist,
Right.
That's what Christians and Catholics do. They're disgusting people. So a fucking hooker house next to a church would be the perfect fucking thing.
It wasn't a hooker house, but yeah.
But anyway, I'm thinking of taking this girl like an Eddie Bravo grounds.
Oh my God.
Like running an all assault phone, video, tap into a house, make little fucking woo, like make those noises, outside the window.
Isn't she going to watch this?
Huh?
Isn't she going to hear this?
What she want?
Wouldn't she hear this?
No, she don't watch this. She's too stupid. She wouldn't even put this on, even though that, she's too stupid.
How long do you think this assault will take?
Right now, it's May 6th. By the time I get the wheels going with some torches, because you can't just hit them with one torture. You got to hit them with 3 in a row, like something in the car, like they get like a beam of light in the car, and that's easy. That's easy. That's around the corner. I don't know where she lives. That's the problem I have. That's the only thing. I got to follow her home one night, my wife's car or something, and fucking, yeah.
It's so secretive. It's my wife's car.
I just got to, when somebody tells me that they're from another planet, now we got to work this. We got to put like a little, like the hat Norton wore when he thought he was Captain Video, like one of those hats, the Space Rangers, the space hats that you put on.
Right.
We should put one on her car just to let her know we're coming for you or whatever. I got to watch that movie with the Martians and the old people. What's that movie when the Martians come to the old folks' home and they get all that energy to fucking swim?
I don't know.
Come on. None of you motherfuckers ever saw that movie? One of the greatest movies of all time.
I know the people that were in it. I don't remember the name.
Yeah. They're old people and they're at an old folks' home and Martians came and put the eggs in their swimming pool. So if you swam in the fucking pool, you got the strength of the Martians. And these guys were 60, 70, fucking breakdancing. That's right. I did see it at your house. That's right. With Wilford Brimley and the guy from 48 Hours. The old guy from 48 Hours.
Is it Cocoon?
Cocoon. Cocoon is a badass fucking movie. So I could put something like that. I got to watch Cocoon to see how the Martians attack. Maybe War of the Worlds. But everybody thinks they come in satellites and shit. So I got to work it differently. We got to hit her from a different perspective.
Or you could just leave her alone and hope she goes and tells someone else about this stuff.
Nah, it's too much fun. We got to push her over the hill. One time we got just a little push over the hill to make her believe she's a Martian.
Oh my God.
That's what we need to do. I need to make her believe that she's really from another planet. And then she'll fucking, listen, I don't need to do anything. I could just move on. You're right. But, come on. I haven't had that type of fun since Eddie Bravo with the CIA. You know what I'm saying? When I told Eddie about the Joeys and the CIA, that was my best work up to date. Or when I used to call you and tell you not to pick up the phone because the cops were going to call you, don't say a word,
Yeah.
and I hang up on you, same thing. They're all done to, like, I'll go to a house and steal one of her shoes. Like, right, you break in a house and steal all her shoes, but only the right one.
Oh, my God. That's
And leave
diabolical.
Leave a note. The Martians only dance on one foot. See, I'm thinking already. This is what I need. I need a little group here to help me, and we can fucking do this correctly. Push her over the top. She leaves the state.
And I
She
was
moves
just
to New Mexico and waits for Martians.
is that the goal? Like, the goal is to get her to leave?
I have no goals anymore. I'm an old man. I just want to giggle, smoke dope, and it's fucking insane how Friday night, I didn't want to tell you guys, I was really upset. I told my wife when she got home Friday night. I told her that right to her face. I go, I did this, I did that. I went to the weed store, I did a couple things. And she go, why didn't you? Because they went to see a play Friday night. And she goes, why didn't you go out? Why didn't you? And I'm like, I sat there all night thinking about what I was going to do. And then I said, you know what? I got Patreon, like Patreon money that I never spent. Mm-hmm. I go, maybe I'll cash it out and go to a strip club and just throw a bunch of singles up in the air. Right? Like, I even thought of that. And I'm like, nah. And I was thinking about maybe I'll go up north. Maybe I'll just walk into a disco. I was thinking about going to that fight. Now I kicked myself in the ass. You know who was at that fight at Times Square? Roberto Duran. We fucked up. Mike Tyson was there, Roberto Duran. I would have died just sitting. Because there were VIP seats. I would have just sat next to Roberto Duran and picked his fucking mind all night. He loves talking Spanish, whatever he could remember of it. Garcia lost. Huh? Garcia lost. Yeah, I know that. What do you think? It's fucking, that was Monday, cocksucker. You don't think even a bird by now came over and told me, hey, Garcia lost. But, I just felt bad. I'm like, I could see, like, weekends, I used to lose my mind. Like when I robbed a lady downstairs or a lady upstairs from me, it was a Sunday. Because I get bored on the weekends, I don't listen. I don't eat on a Wednesday, it don't bother me. I don't smoke pot on a Wednesday, it don't bother me. But on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you got to be doing something. You got to smoke some dope and eat some food. And that's when I would just rob you. Like, by Friday, I did my worst crimes on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because I just didn't even have the patience. Like, enough with this shit. I'm eating a steak. I'm getting the Chinese Szechuan beef. And all I wanted was Szechuan beef, pork fried rice, an egg roll, and a $20 bag of reefer. I don't ask for much. I could see if I was saying, well, I want to go to Club Venetian and walk in with a helicopter. No, I didn't want all that shit. I just wanted shredded beef from that Chinese restaurant in Fort Lee, pork fried rice, an egg roll, a little wonton soup with some noodles, and I'd walk across the bridge. How's that be? I'd walk across the bridge to save on bus money and burn the calories I ate from that fucking Chinese food. But after a while, and this Friday it hit me. Like when my wife came home, I was this close to crying and going, what type of man that's 60? And I told her, I got to go to that fucking Bourbon Street and throw singles up in the air. That money's not going anywhere. It's just single money. I could just throw it up in the air, like $1,800, and just go, woo, and make believe I'm a big shot. I'm like, no. Why would I want to do that? I mean, nothing seemed good.
There's nothing like, what about, no trip you'd like to take?
No what?
A trip?
On a Friday night at 8 o'clock or at 7:30 at night? There's no fucking trips. I'm talking about immediate. What can I do to get my fucking whistle hot and to keep my powder dry on a Friday night? There was really nothing. I mean, I'm not going to one of those Jersey restaurants with the chubby chick with smoke around her and she's doing some belly dance routine and they got the John Wick music when they shot the Italian chick. Oh, in the background. I don't want to see that shit. Like, what's her name? Lori? What's the chick from North Bergen that goes out every weekend with the hairpiece? She's got the fucking hairpiece and the whole thing. And
Sure, she's loving this conversation.
Yeah, they go to some club in like Teaneck, and there's always that chubby Arab dancing. I don't want to see no chick dancing with her stomach out when I'm trying to eat fucking food. And they got that creepy John Wick music in the back, and all these New Jersey people that are fucking basically white trash are sitting there making believe. And there's a bunch of mokes walking around with giant shirts on a Friday night with hats, jet hats, and tattoos. And I'm like, nobody's getting pussy in that place. Look at the shape of that fucking place. Ain't nobody getting a fucking piece of tart in there.
No.
So I was like, when Terry got home, she goes, you didn't do nothing. I go, I went out for a ride. I did this. You know, I go, I couldn't get myself. There's some days, bro, I love to eat at a restaurant. You guys know me. I fucking love it. If I didn't have to eat at home, I'd be the happiest man in the world. But every time I go to a restaurant, it's drama now. Except when we go to our little restaurants. But even tonight, these motherfuckers got chicken noodle soup. What am I? 80? I'm 62. Fucking give me some love in there. But every time, like if you go to a good restaurant, it's what water do you want? Do you want a cocktail? Just give me the fucking food. Yeah, can I get a selfie? And you're like, you know what, man? I'm just trying to fucking eat my food, you know? So I don't even go out. Friday nights is a shitty night to go out anyway, by me. All the restaurants are packed. There's a wait list. Where you going? You want to go fight people? It's not even worth it. The food comes late. They don't come at all, you know. Yeah. What happened to my fucking steak? You wanted a steak? No. I'm sitting here because fucking, you know, Moses is making a comeback. You know. The fuck is wrong with people?
And it would be better to do it on a slower night because I went when it was busy and it was really loud. So it was like hard to hear people in Boston.
Yeah, you went out Friday night to a surprise party.
Yeah.
With 80 people in the room that you don't know, you fuck. Anyway.
I'm just saying it's hard to hear. So we went on a
Sure,
night,
it's hard. I can't hear anything as it is.
Right.
If you have a conversation with somebody, I can't hear you. I'm lost. So never mind music and John Wick music. Whatever that shit they listen to. And I'm supposed to be impressed. Oh, I love this. You're from fucking Carney. Okay? Knock it off. You're from Carney. You've been sucking dick since you were 8. You know, and now you want to tell me about fucking, yeah. What the fuck is wrong with people?
I have no idea.
You don't need to have an idea, my brother. It's another week. What do you got for comedy this week?
This week I have a couple of shows. I have a show actually at a temple on the Lower East Side on Thursday.
Okay, bomb alert. Bomb alert. There's going to be 3 cops out there and shit.
And then on the 9th, I'm going to be at Morristown at the Colonial Comedy Show.
What is that? That's not the dojo?
No, it's next to the dojo, or it's near to the dojo. It's cool. I got it vetted by Vic. It's cool.
Be burning bridges.
I'm not.
Making me nervous already.
I'll give him a call about
Ali Akbar. Anyway, that's what you're gonna hear outside your little Jew show Thursday night. Ali Akbar and a spitball.
But yeah, and then I will be with Josh Wolf in Virginia at the end of the month.
That's the end of the month. Why are you confusing people?
Because you brought it up earlier.
Huh?
Because you brought it up earlier.
No, May 17th is done, dog. We got next Thursday, we're at the dojo. Little pre-impromptu show. This Thursday, I'm going to stop by Alfred Robles on Thursday night. George will be gone. I'll be at the Stress Factory maybe Thursday night to see my brother Al. Wednesday, maybe the dojo. You know, I got to get my shit together. You know what I'm saying? I'm slipping. I'm fucking slipping. Last week, it was just the stitches got loose. I started my court case last week on fucking Zoom. Listen, I don't know if you've ever been to court, but when you go to court on Zoom, that's a complete different fucking side. I don't know who I'm looking at, and the judge looked like me, but she was a woman with glasses on. And when she popped up on the screen, I'm looking at my wife going, these motherfuckers, that's a meme. That's a meme with me with glasses on. And the judge is like, hi, good afternoon. Mm-hmm. Thank God she didn't hear me. Thank God.
What happened?
Because I'm like, she didn't move. She just came on the screen and was looking. I'm like, that motherfucker put up a meme of me with glasses and a blonde wig on. She had a bunch of wrinkly face like mine. I'm like, what's going on with this fucking woman? And next thing you know, she goes, hi, she wasn't really a judge. She was a mediator. So in LA, you have to have a mediation first, a court-ordered mediation.
Okay.
And then it goes to trial June 30th.
Oh, shit.
I start a trial June fucking 30th on Zoom. Every day after 5 o'clock. Because 5 o'clock is 2 o'clock back there. So June 30th at 2 o'clock, we're in court. And it's not criminal charges.
Right.
It's a civil suit against a weed company.
Right.
Like 4 of them. For using my likeness. This motherfucker went off, Jack. He went off.
I don't know. I just don't know what I can ask. So
ask with your little clammy
I don't know.
hand. What's the matter? God damn it! I'm gonna have to drop you off at children's hospital.
You have to like sit in and you're gonna watch a trial go on.
It's not. I don't know if they're doing jury. It's just a judge, and now we gotta settle on how much money I get. That's it.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get rich. It's not like I'm gonna see a millionaire, but at least I make this guy fucking pay. You know, that was the most important thing. He gave me his word, the whole thing. Thank God I got an attorney, and he put it on contract. And then the guy tried to play a Louis L'Amour, and my attorney was like, nope, not this time, motherfucker. And it's heavy duty. Like, he's got nowhere to go. Because if he doesn't pay it, they take his license. And even if he doesn't pay it, then they go into the weed store, and we sell weed and make a profit until we get our money, or $100K, whatever the fuck it is. And then there's the taxes and attorney fees. Like I said, this is why when people say to me, do you want to get into a weed business? I tell everybody no. It's not, I don't have the time. If I had the time and if I knew what I was doing, like I had a scientist next to me that was growing the weed and we just combined forces, I would be interested. But I'm not, and people, first of all, I hate when people ask me to go into business with them and they show up with like 25% weed. Obviously, you didn't listen. So you failed. You failed already.
Right.
I've been around 12 years preaching the same shit, smoking the same amount of weed. Anybody, except that idiot in Jersey City that gave us that fertilizer. 20 bags of 23%. You know, unless you didn't know. You didn't know, so I don't even want to do business with you. Because you didn't even take the time to study it, that my tolerance is off the chain. And you're showing up with that bad breath weed, 23%, that don't do nothing to fucking nobody. I got to give it away.
Right.
And they all started saying, well, this stuff's going to kill you. Listen, this stuff ain't going to do a fucking thing to me. I'm up there. My tolerance is up there. You know, I was telling the chick at the weed store, when they gave me that RSO, first thing I put it on was the edibles that George gives me, the 2,500 milligram chocolate bar. They wanted me to put on a 5 milligram. I'm like, a 5 milligram doesn't even go in my mouth. Just out of principle. Because I failed myself. So I would break them and each piece would be $12.50 and I'd put that thing on it and then I'd make like a s'mores crunch. I'd put another piece on it and a fucking another layer and I ate it one afternoon. Oh my God. Was it a fucking mistake? It was a mistake and a half, but hey, I'm a big boy now.
But how's it a mistake? You like purposely made this sandwich. That's so, dude.
Let me ask you a question.
What?
When you went to McDonald's and got the fish sandwich and you looked at it and said,
first of all,
okay, whatever, it's the same thing. I choose to edible myself to death and didn't think about it. You looked at a Whopper and said, okay, this is my third Whopper. This ain't going to do nothing to me. It's the same.
Dude, yeah. But I've never heard of an RSO sandwich. That's like what, 8,000 milligrams?
Tea. Whatever it is. C'est la vie. Life is, you can't walk on one leg. Pretty soon we're going to be dead, Lee. Did you ever think about that? Like, I'm fucking pissed off. I'm 62 and I got a bunch of life left to me.
So
I have a bunch of life. Seriously, like I have a bunch of life left to me. I feel like having a party and hiring like 10 hookers and stabbing 8 of them and pulling their hairs and fucking and sucking and, but I can't. I'm a fucking old man. I can't. I have a hard on for 8 minutes and then it disappears for 2 hours. The chicks are sitting around biting their nails on my fucking money. You know what I'm saying?
So, but
I got a lot of fucking things going on and I feel good about it. I never thought that I would have, I'm lying to you if I tell you I have a lot of things. I have nothing going on. I have a podcast. I do a couple comedy shows. But I have a lot of things going on in the house. And I really like that. This is a whole new set of life for me. I always ask myself, what would I rather be doing? That's my game I play in my head. Would I rather be sitting here, or would I rather be somewhere blowing bottle rockets out of my asshole? That's the game. And what's worth it to me? I'm really happy at my house. I can't believe I tell you these guys. I remember when I would have friends and I would ask them, why do you leave the house? Bro, it gets boring in my house. You got everything in your house. You got a pool table, you got a TV, you got a VCR, you know. This is back in like 2000, the 90s. It used to drive me crazy when people went out. And I used to always say, I can't wait to have a house. You'll never see my Cuban ass. And that's exactly what's happened.
Why would we want to leave your house? It's everything you like, no matter what it is there.
I'm a lazy fuck in the sense that I could come up here and train jiu-jitsu. I won't. It's 2 hours out of my life that I don't have anymore. I don't have. And it's not like the old North Bergen that come up at 1 and there's 18 people on the street having sandwiches somewhere. It's not like that no more. But at the same time, I like everything about my house, dog. I'm lazy.
That's
I
why
want everything to be 10 minutes from my house, 15 minutes.
But you're not like that's where we were talking about like the delivery. Like you don't do that. Like that's one level you don't, because there's people who don't leave the house at all. And
No. Listen, that's stupidity. Okay, that is stupidity. I'm talking about getting up at 7, reading, drinking coffee, writing a little bit. You have to go to work, whatever. You have to leave the fucking house. Okay, those are losers. Those people are fucking losers. Okay. You got to wash your pussy every morning because those are the people that complain the most about life. And I'll tell you, you get in the fucking shower. You know, I look at the contrast. I look at the difference. I think about 94 when I would wake up with not a dime in my pocket. Not a dime. Hungry, puking from the night before, did everything I did in coke, sold every CD I got. So before I get started, I got to walk to the hill and steal a Bruce Springsteen album and walk it to the store and sell it to get $12 so I could eat breakfast. Now it's a different scenario. Now I wake up and okay, whatever. But every morning, the first sign of depression starts when you don't shower. That's number one. Get up, don't shower, walk around with a robe all day. Do that 3 days. It's like shoot heroin 3 days. You're hooked. So first thing I do after I drink that coffee is I wash my pussy. You open up that curtain and go, God, thank you for giving me a fucking another day. I'm going to be better than I was yesterday. Or I'm going to be stoner than I was yesterday, in my case. If you thought I was high yesterday, God, wait till you see me today. This Forrest Whitaker eye is going to be all the way down by 6:30. I give 0 fucks, Jack. But it's crazy. Like, then you do what you got to do. For me, listen, I always have a good day if I go to the gym. And if I have good numbers at the gym, my dick gets hard.
Good numbers in terms of what? Like what your workout was?
Like I went to boxing today and my thing was 14.5. It's never been 14.5. And the year I've been there.
Oh, you're on your Whoop or something?
Yeah, my Whoop. It's just a strain went off just because I see the exercises now that get my heart going. So what I did was I wanted to get my heart at 175 and stay there.
Why is that?
Because that's what doubles. I should be at 150, but I want to improve my cardiac intake, so I go to 175 and keep it over 20 minutes. It's like a long pace, you know? So that's what I did. That's my best day. I stop, I get a fucking freshly made juice. I go home, I take the garbage out, I do whatever errands my wife needs for me to do. Sometimes I gotta go food shopping, sometimes I gotta go to fucking CVS and get 18, you know, I gotta do shit at the house too. That's not bad. I mean, after like 3 o'clock, if I go home and I'm like, Mercy's home, my wife is home, I'm home, the cat's home, and I got 2 bags of weed. Where we going?
Mm-hmm.
Just chicken and a biscuit upstairs. I got those cookies last week, old school chicken and a biscuit, and you put that cancer cheese on it. Yeah, I should be getting a lump on my neck any fucking day now. Tremendous. It was so fucking good, George. You know, and that listen, you have a home, I have a computer there, I have 4 TVs, 5. You can watch TV anywhere you want. Old TVs, new. I got the TV I bought with Terry in 2001 in my bedroom. Fuck yeah, bro. That's the first TV we brought together. The fuck? You don't throw that shit out. That's the first thing we ever bought together. Took a year to get a new TV. $250. I went to one of those gigs up north. On the way back, I stopped at one of those outlets. The TV weighs 800 pounds. 8 people need to carry this fucking thing. But dog, it still works. That motherfucker still works, and it still looks good. Yeah, you just can't get the other thing on it.
Sound?
No, I got fucking sound, you momo. The other thing, what? Yeah, I can't get that. What is it called? Roku.
Oh, okay.
I can't get Roku on it, but I have Netflix on it, and I got HBO on it. Yeah, Netflix is on the remote, so. But I find comfort. I got a punching bag in my garage. I got kettlebells. I got a fucking thing that you connect music now, and it's louder than fuck. So I go in the garage at night. I hit the bag. Fucking Bob Lalingus just sent me a great book about Rodney Dangerfield. I'm up to like the 2nd chapter. I got to call him tomorrow and thank him. I'm getting back into reading, so it's different. I don't want to be around a lot of people. I'm still haven't been to New York to do comedy. It's been 5 fucking years.
Why not?
It's just that thing going over the bridge just scares me anymore. The tunnel, I don't know. Maybe someday I'll break the fucking. We could probably make it over there tonight and do Aaron's show, but you're in no shape.
No, I wonder why.
Look at the shape of you, cocksucker. But like I said, I got nothing this week. They're all guest spots. If I do anything, I've been writing. I'm really excited about the 27th. I'm really excited about Philly on the 17th. Then July, we'll figure out what the fuck they got. I'm trying to get a little bar by my house. Something close to my house.
There has to be something.
It has to be like 20 minutes from my house, the most. And I could go to once a week, bring a comedian down, pay him, and do 30 minutes.
You know what would be cool? Like if there's a coffee shop or something that's closed, usually at night.
Yeah, but I want people to drink. I don't want people to drink coffee. What is this? What is this? I want people to feel loose. I want people to be able to get an appetizer if they want. I don't want this bar that's huge with like a hole in the wall so people could hear no. Like a side room in the back, like what you're telling me at your buddy's, Cafe Tivoli. I'm just not making the hour drive. I'm not making the hour drive. That's never going to happen.
Right.
So, yeah, dog, at least I'm honest. At least I'm fucking honest. That's why, if I'm going to make the hour drive, I might as well go to a comedy club. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's 10 minutes by my house. Somebody, like the Brass Rail has an upstairs. But then people got to go down those stairs and fall. And that's what scares me. Or you have to throw somebody out and they fall. Or my fat ass falls. So this is why I want something that has a little back room, 85 people. It's nice. Give me a waiter or a waitress. Give them a limited appetizer. Let's do it right. Sound. And we could start building something little by little. But I don't want to do 800 seats. No. None of that shit. Just like what Willie Barcena had in Los Feliz. It was upstairs of a Mexican restaurant. And every Monday he had 20 people there that would go off and drink margaritas and tacos. And we did it every Monday. I would go up there and do it. 10 o'clock show. That's what I'm looking for. So if I could get my hand on something like that, that would take a big chunk of my responsibilities out. But I had a definite place to perform once a week. The hour, the 25 minutes, that shit ain't gonna work. I want something in my neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? So, but that's it, and that's that. It's been another interesting episode of the New Testament. I don't know what happened to Lee today. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean you don't know what happened?
All I saw was
it's
little claw
hands. It's a mystery to you what happened?
All I saw was little claw hands.
Idea.
I have no idea.
You came in here. Here's 2 of these.
2 what?
The 200 ABX.
Yeah, because I told you we were going to shock the system.
Why?
Because you've been fucking around going to surprise parties for 70-year-olds and shit. And eating with Jews that don't know nothing on a Saturday night.
I had a party for my mom and her
eating
family.
Bagels and shit. God damn it, from New Hampshire. This is, it's just bad. It's just very bad. So we had to shock your system tonight. Hopefully when you get home tonight, you'll go down the stairs and get a nice, decent, real bagel to get you back on track. And that's it. I don't know what to tell you motherfuckers anymore. We will have 10 guests next week, and we'll be back. Lee gave you his What did you mean the evil eye for?
I'm not.
You look like Netanyahu after the attack yesterday.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Christ.
Netanyahu's going off again.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, that's it. They did something yesterday by the airport. So, he's giving them the hoochies, the moochies or something. Those motherfuckers. Wait till I bump into one of you hoochie motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Shooting down chips and shit. They're the same people that killed Tom Hanks in that movie, right?
It's the Hooties?
The one about the fucking, they stole the boat, the African with no teeth. Anyway, who gives a fuck?
Hey,
What
buddy.
up? Happy birthday, cocklicker.
Thank you, buddy.
You're
It
back.
was fun.
I know. Birthdays are always fun unless you're blind. You can't see the cake. You can't see the candles.
Those poor blind people are like, what did I do? This is like the one thing they have is podcasts. It's like it's always for them. It's all audio. You're like,
Well, I don't know.
I'm
Listen,
being silly. I'm joking.
and remember, it's Tuesday the 23rd. My political views do not reflect on me. I don't give a fuck. So if you're going to hold my political views against me, I don't know what to tell you. I don't give a fuck. I just report it as I see it. I'm not like these fucking people. We're here. Who gives a fuck? Both bums, all right? 174, he's getting his dick sucked. The other one's 80, he's retarded. And now you're going to throw Kamala Harris at me. I'm real excited.
And I don't think anyone stands a chance against Trump. I'm not saying I like him or would vote for him, but it's like, isn't it? It looks like, wasn't there a movie where like Chris Rock ran for president or something, but they picked him to lose?
Is it Pootie Tang?
No, it was like Head of State. That's what it was called. And they picked him, and he was supposed to lose. Like it feels like she's just supposed like they're finding someone who just to lose to him.
Chris Rock wants to smoke crack. He wants to play football. I watch. Once he plays a mayor or something, I'm not in.
He was an alderman or something. That was a good movie. I watched it recently.
Good for you. I'm happy you had a good time. That was a good movie.
It was a good movie. Oh,
Hey, man, I got to declare something on here.
what happened?
I never thought I'd fucking declare in my life, but I love The Sopranos on HBO. A lot of people love Breaking Bad. And when The Sopranos was hot, The Wire was running on HBO. And I had comedy. I couldn't focus on 18 different shows back then. It's like now you talk to people, and they're on episode 11, season 8. I don't have that type of time. I'm out there trying to get better as a comedian. So I overlooked. I watched a couple episodes of The Wire.
Okay.
And I overlooked it. And when I moved here, I watched it. And in 4 years that I've been here, I've watched the whole series 3 times.
Oh, it's a great series.
And after this last time, I got to declare, it's the best show I've ever watched in my life.
Why do you think it gets overlooked?
I don't understand. I don't think people watch it and see it for what it is. You got to watch that a few times. They go from the ghetto with Michael B. Jordan to the docks, back to the ghetto, back to the ghetto. Now it's a political thing. The way the characters grow. I think the best character I've ever seen on any television show is Omar. He is just fucking amazing. I love the cops. Listen, there's shows that are probably good, but I don't watch them because they got one character I just do not like. An English guy trying to be black. So, it's always something. But there's 2 shows I really watch right now. The Mayor of Kingstown.
Okay, I haven't seen that one.
Very fucking good. And The Wire. I've really been impressed with The Wire. The actors, the characters, where they went. Like there's a fucking homeless guy, Bubbles.
I was gonna say he's one of the best characters of all time.
Omar, you fall in love with. The lesbian cop that goes to have the kid with the cop, and then she doesn't want to have a kid. She wants to be a lieutenant. There's just so many stories in this 4 years or 5 years. It's fucking amazing.
Well, it's only 3 seasons, right?
I don't know, 3 or 4 maybe. I don't know. I
It's
just
short.
know that it's brilliant. It makes my
Yeah.
heart beat when I watch it. It reminds me of so many things in my life, like how the one guy takes the other kid in and they live in a shitty apartment, but they sell crack to make a living. Just that camaraderie. selling nickel bags on the street. That whole thing where you're hiding from the cops and the cops are trying to get you all day. I never had the ability to sell a nickel bag, but I was an interpreter. So I would fucking go down and interpret for the Cuban refugees, There's just so many things that reminds me of who I was when I watched The Wire. Let's figure it out. I was a fucking thug, So I didn't mind doing that shit. And then I took my show on the road. I took that fucking, I went to San Francisco and mugged people. I went down to Aspen, I wasn't just a fucking local headliner. Beef. I took my show on the road, Jack.
Yeah, you had a full-on tour. Holy shit. So you connect, like when you watch stuff like that, like do you like feel like you felt like when you were doing?
No, it just hits me. It just hits me differently. It's a struggle. The Sopranos is guys that got money shooting people. This is a struggle. This shows a struggle of what a kid wakes up to in the ghetto every day. You get mad because my mom didn't fucking heat up a French toast. These kids wake up to potato chips.
Right.
From the shelter the night before, and it's just really interesting to watch. It reminds you of a lot of things, but hey, one man's chicken is another man's fucking gumbo. You know what I'm saying?
I get it, but I haven't watched it. I saw it at first, and it seemed like more like a mini series. Like that's one. I was like, why haven't I seen it? But it's like shortened. Each season is like its own little thing, isn't it? Like they had some characters come over, but that second season was like with the boats, right?
With the longshoremen, yeah.
Yeah.
And they still keep the investigation open, but they're looking at the longshoremen and somewhere it meets. Then they go back to season 1 on season 3.
And then that's the only problem.
Prison, and it's just, the city has 1,001 stories every day.
I'm not going to spoil anything but there's a ending to the end of the first season that is jarring.
Yeah.
And like that's part of like that ending of that first season, if I remember correctly, is like one of the saddest things I've been through on TV. And like I almost don't want to watch it. Or like I skipped it's just
like I said, it takes you to a different place in your heart, in your mind. Listen, Sons of Anarchy had some great scenes in there. That was another one.
Yeah, that's good.
Was, Jax, and Tony Soprano, and then you had Breaking Bad. But then, last week, President-elect Trump got shot. And the first meme I seen was Omar with the name of the podcast last week. If you're going to strike the king, you best not miss, whatever. Mm-hmm. That's something that he said in one of the and it's just tremendous. His scene in the courtroom. That guy was a great fucking actor. He was brilliant. And the thing that he hasn't been on TV in 20 years and he's dead and they made him a meme, whatever the fuck you call those things, a meme.
I don't know what that is. Oh, meme.
A meme, whatever. Whatever the fuck these mooks call this shit.
Okay, they made it. What was the meme?
About fucking Omar with a shotgun saying, if you come at the king, you best not miss.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Got
that was 20 years ago. And the fact that he's dead and whatever, fucking brilliant, man. Fucking brilliant. I enjoyed the show a lot. And I wanted to, I talked about it on Rogan. He said that it was Anthony Bourdain's favorite show. And he hadn't watched it yet. It's that fucking good, man.
That's crazy.
It's crazy when you revisit something and you find how good it is. Tonight, I had to run an errand before the podcast. And Led Zeppelin, the live album, came out. And A Whole Lot of Love came on. And it just took my breath away. I had to kick it up to 56. My eardrums were fucking bleeding. And I'm like, this will never happen again. This is just so good. I love when I revisit something and I go, holy fuck, I forgot how good this was,
And did you, when did that first come out? That
what?
album? The album you just listened to?
75, 76.
Okay, so that's 40-something years ago. Were you that emotional about the music back then, or is it more emotional now?
I think I heard Led Zeppelin first, the album, 2 and then 4, and then, And then once I started getting into Led Zeppelin, somebody lent me the live album. And I always hated live music because it didn't sound like the album. It drove me crazy back then. But I didn't know music. I didn't know art. I didn't know that it could go anywhere. And once you listen, and I'll tell you what else, there was a show that used to be called, it was on WNEW on Sunday night, the King Biscuit Flour Hour.
Okay.
It was just an old guy talking about music. In fact, I met him years later in Hollywood.
Oh, snap.
He lived in Studio City. The guy used to go to Marie E.T.
And he was the host of it or something?
Yeah, he was old now. And he said that he interviewed Jimmy Page the week they were in New York. And I'll never forget Jimmy Page saying that on the second night of the shows, they would do 5 nights, that Jimmy Page did everything but give the guitar head. So I never forgot that. And when I got an opportunity to listen to it, I listened to it with a little open. It wasn't me. I was like, it's too out there. Now I think it's one of the greatest albums ever made because it shows Zeppelin's versatility in 75. They only played, I don't know how many songs, but each song was 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 20 minutes. You're like, what the fuck? And they improvised. And I always love to improvise somewhere in the middle of stand-up because once you got them, if you go out there improvising, it's something different. But if you go out there fucking killing and then you switch it to improvising, it's a great night for everybody.
So here's the only thing that I did okay, like trying to do something about Fort Wayne, but like the jokes I had before that were like, should I do jokes before the jokes about the city?
Jokes about the city.
Yeah, like I try to always talk about the town a little bit. Like
No, you want to talk about the town first. When you go up there.
So I am doing that, and it goes okay sometimes, but it's not as good as my jokes.
No. But at least they know you're paying attention. It's great to be to this town. I love Fort Wayne. I love the black guy that stands in front of the gas station with the ukulele. Bam! You got him. You got him. That's it.
Love that. Can I get away with saying that?
Whatever. Everybody else sees it and they don't say it because they live in the town.
Right. Okay.
A comedian, a Jewish comedian, to come from out of town to say, why is that Indian standing in front of a gas station all day with a fucking cigar? Bam.
It's weird. I never talk about being Jewish. I'm always a little bit worried.
Nah.
And people haven't been mean, but they have pulled back when I mention it.
Why tell them what they know? Tell them something you don't know.
Right.
Something I don't know about you. And then if you want to visit the Jews and Hamas, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
I don't give a shit about that. It's
but if you go out there and throw your nationality out. If I'm Chinese and I go out there and talking about being Chinese, there's no fucking surprise here. I know you're fucking Chinese or one of those knees. Japanese, Korean, you're one of those motherfuckers. Filipino, well, you don't got a suntan. That's why I like Filipinos, because you know exactly what they are. They're Chinese with a little dark skin. Everybody's happy, and they got a Spanish last name. You know what I'm saying? So it's all great.
No idea.
Yeah, a lot of Filipinos have Spanish last name. But with the pilot to Bombardier. Pilot to Bombardier. But
I don't think you have a train track near your house.
You don't think I have a what?
Do you have a train track near your house? I don't remember being there.
Look, I got deer outside my window. I got a raccoon. His name is Rocky. Yeah, I got problems. I ain't got no trains around here. They're like,
okay.
Wait, that's you.
That was not me. Okay, who knows?
Who gives a fuck about a train? Why you got to cut me off for, cocksucker?
I'm sorry.
I thought you were playing the harmonica. I didn't know what was going on over there. But yeah, you know, you relate. And listen, people don't know this a lot. And some people don't do it well.
No.
You really have to put a weird twist on it. And it's a 50-50. If you open it and it goes down, ooh, Lordy. So those are the chances you take. So what happens if a guy's never going to throw one punch? Right? You figure he's going to do a 1-2 on you. So he hits you with the jab, and you might not see that or block it, but then you get to block the second one. Before you crack a joke like that out, you better have, I wouldn't do it because I don't give a fuck, but you better have an emergency joke if your skin is not thick yet.
Right.
My skin's thick. I go up there, crack the joke, and if they look at me and go, all right, it didn't work. Fuck. All right? It didn't work. Fucking deal. You people do everything perfect. I just got here an hour ago. At least I tried. I didn't get to the library because the black dude was out there giving away pencils. This is what I'm trying to see, and you just run with it. And you don't know where it takes you. I've seen so many people eat a bag of dicks after 20 minutes. If you're headlining and you're dying at the 18th minute, take the girdle off, motherfucker. Go for it. Bust that ass. Make them shift a little bit. Make them shift in their chair a little bit.
How do you do that?
By fucking throwing heat at them, lighting them on fire a little bit. Well, are you blind? Why are you looking at me like the one eye? Whatever. I don't give a fuck. Anything from the norm. That's why you enjoyed yourself for the night with the 30 people. Right. 30 people is a beautiful number because at the end of the day, the biggest audience and average you play for is 30 to 40 people. If you write the numbers down every night, right? You go to an open mic, there's 18 people.
Right.
You open up for Josh, there's 180. Big fucking difference. That number's going to go down. And then, but you'll notice you're about 30 to 40 people a night.
That would be great. I hope if you come, I just want people to know I do the podcast but like I actually am a pretty good comedian. I'm working really hard.
Brother, but listen, 3 people from my Patreon reached out.
Really?
One guy sent me a Facebook message that he drove 3 hours to see you.
No, I wish you told me.
You got people that are in your corner.
That's awesome. I appreciate all of them.
And you're not there showing me a gold watch. You're not there flying on a private jet. You're not there trying to be something you're not. Just trying to be a headliner. And people know this, Lee. Your honesty, people know this. And here's the gift. You said you had it was so funny when you said it. I was kind of high. You told me that there was 30 people and you had a great show. Like I say, you average your best. When I got to the store, 40 people was Thursday night. Tuesday, Wednesday were 28, 14. By the time I got on, I would just need 3 people to go on to get paid. To get a $15 check, I would need 3 people to sit in the audience. Even if it was a comic, I would drag them in. Those are the nights I learned the most, Lee. I didn't learn the most by killing every night in the fucking theater or killing every night in the comedy club. I was doing comedy in the early mid-2000s. It wasn't like now. There was not a big boom on comedy then. The Comedy Store was not popular. We were number 3 on the charts.
Of all the comedy clubs? Wow.
Yeah, people go to the Improv first. Then they go to Sunset, the Laugh Factory. Only people who are comedy enthusiasts in those days would come to the Comedy Store. But I still remember going to Houston and doing a show for 30 people and him saying, this is great. And then a year later, a buddy of mine went down there from the store. And Thursday night, he had a light audience. There was a basketball game or something. And this kid got a standing ovation with like 38 people. And he goes, I've only seen you 2 guys do that. I go, now you see the magic of the Comedy Store. In those days, 20 people were a fucking party.
Oh, yeah.
So 60, 80 people, forget about it. I'm at the 4th wall with a ukulele. You know what I'm saying?
Right, absolutely. And that's a cool thing about, I was talking about it with the openers. And I wanted to, like, thank you. Because, like, I was talking to the openers and I felt bad. But you always, like, whenever anyone asks you about, how can I do this joke or how much time can I do? You said, like, you don't care about any of it. And I just did. And, like, the openers, like, they talk. Like, there's obviously a lot of cool comics out there, but there's a lot of people who, like, are not mean to the openers, but, like, restrict them or, like, tell them they can't do things. And
they want to go rank because they got nothing else going on in their life and they got one fucking credit.
Yeah.
Go in there and use their 1 credit or their 1.5 credit to make a feature act or an MC feel bad. And all you got to do is give those guys a joint, tell them do whatever fucking joke you want to do, light yourself on fire, and they'll look at you like you're a king.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was fun to get to do it. What
do you want me to say? Just say Joey Diaz. That's it. Really, bro? And then they go up there and they put their twist on it. Sometimes I get mad. Sometimes I don't. I know it's flattery and I know they got to sell. But I just told you just to bring me up as Joey Diaz. I don't want you to get tongue twisted with credits. Now, when I was an MC, I used to get abused all the time, Lee.
By who?
Loser comics, losers that would come up to me and go, okay, and now these guys had no credits. At the end of the day, when you sat them down and go, bro, when were you on Seinfeld? Remember the episode with Don Herrera? I was in the car. I was an extra. You weren't on Seinfeld.
He said he just watched it get filmed one day.
But that's how it is. You pick up a credit as an extra. So these guys would say that. And then there are times that they would just write a fucking credit down and somebody would call them out after the show. And I'd be there thanking people for coming to the show. I had nothing going on. But I would listen to their conversations. Do you have anything big going on? Yeah, Hollywood called. No, they didn't. Why are you telling these poor people that in this fucking church gig? You know, those old people that come up to you, you're very funny. Do you have anything going on in Hollywood? And they're like, yeah, they got nothing going on in Hollywood. You know, then they treat the other comics, the club owner. Bro, I've heard of comics that won't go in the green room.
Why?
Because they're too cool. They want to sit in the car with sunglasses on and wait 5 minutes before they go on stage. And you got to bring their food out to the car.
I've never encountered that. That's wild.
Level-headed comics, because there's a lot of people that are like fucking, you know, they got a manager's job. This is the best job they'll ever have. So they hold on to it and pull rank like it's their business. And at the end of the week, they don't realize eventually they're going to get fired from fucking McDonald's.
Right.
You know, they take it too seriously. I always remembered I was a fucking ex-felon. Always. That was always in the back of my mind. No matter how many credits I get, I'm a fucking prisoner of war. You know, what am I going to pull strings on this kid for? Now, there's people you work with that are fucking outlandish, and you want to pull them aside, but then you go, da, 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 da. It's just one more show. If I say something to him, he's going to get argumentative. But this guy, if he keeps doing what he's doing, he'll get thrown out of 3 clubs.
Really? For just being bad?
For not being good. When you're an MC in a feature, you're being watched and you're there to study. A lot of people confuse that with the partying and shit. Now, you're going to go, Joey, but you're the biggest cokehead in the world. Correct. I always waited till I got off stage. Then the hijinks started. And then I got at the bar and I fucking snorted and I met women. You know, that's what being a comic is for. You didn't sign up to be a comic to be a fucking Christian. That's what all these people don't understand. Not everybody is cut out to be a comedian. Okay, that's why there's more doctors than whatever the fucking stat is. But at the same time, they look at a comic like to be a voice of reason. None of us are voice of fucking reasons. If you knew what we did in the beginning, you wouldn't even talk to us. The shit we had to put up with, the women we bumped into, you know, whatever. So what the fuck? You know, we're just comedians, man. We just put our pants on one leg at a time. You know, that's how I feel.
And like, speaking of that, like, I'm sorry, buddy, you broke up for a second there. That's how you feel about what?
Go ahead, I'm here.
Okay. So like towards the end, like when you were like headlining before your wife, obviously, like would you like hook up with women a lot on the road, or did you focus more on like getting rest, or were you partying every night?
My first thing was to get coke.
Mm-hmm.
That was always the plan.
Okay.
To coke, and then whatever happened. If I had to go home and snort coke by myself and jerk off, that was fine. If I had to fucking, you know, meet a victim and her tell me no, that's fine too. If, you know, I didn't look at it that way. I wasn't sexual. I'm not a fucking heavy, good-looking sexual icon. You know what I'm saying? I'm not known for slinging dick or any of that stuff. So I knew I wasn't always good at that. So why make the situation worse? You got a girl that wants to hook up with you, hang out with you, and snort coke. Leave it at that. Maybe suck her titties, tell her you love her, call her back when you come back to town. I don't know. When you see comics that are hooked on women, their careers go somewhere else. If you're doing comedy to get laid, it's going to catch up to you. And comedy is not going to be how you end up. Because eventually you're going to knock up two of those bitches. Okay? And that's not cool either. But I met comics that's what they like. I can name 3 comics that that do comedy for women. And now you'll see why there'll be feature acts till they're 95.
Got it.
The club knows it. Everybody knows it. The waitress will come back and say, Joey Diaz has been here 5 minutes. He already hit on me.
Wow.
And these guys don't change. They got into comedy and realized how easy it was because they were good looking to get pussy. But those guys they get too caught up in it and they disappear on their own. You'll hear from them 4 years later. They live in in Vegas or something like that, Michigan. And they hooked up with a girl and that's where they are now and whatever. But they got 2 kids. And listen, it's your life, Lee, on the road. Obviously, in today's capacity, if you sleep with women, they're going to dog you on the internet or whatever because, these guys turn on you like anything. But let's face what stand-up comedy is. What the fuck is it? It's a bunch of children who haven't grown up yet. And then you put more children around them, women that haven't grown up yet with daddy issues or whatever the fuck they got. And what do you think's going to happen?
Right. Not good things.
I remember sitting with you one night outside my apartment. We sat out there for like 2 hours just talking about my early beginning in comedy, what I had going on those first 4 years till Boulder. It was sickening. When I think about it today, it makes me sick. Those first year and a half on the triple runs, they just disappoint me. The road, the people I met, the women I met, you didn't even have to work for it, pretty much.
And you would meet them at the shows?
Yeah, I still remember the girl coming up to me at the show, good looking, and going, "Are you staying at the hotel tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "Do you have an extra bed I'd like to share with you?" Yeah. A brother would walk her over to me. "This is my sister. Take care of her." I'm like, who would leave their fucking sister with me? But again, we'd smoke pot. They were a hippie. They knew another girl who was going to bring pot over. Listen, man, like I said, when you choose the path of comedy, it's a different world. And along the way, you make adjustments. And some of us have support throughout the way. Some of us have a girl we hook up with when we come home. That's not going to be enough support, But when you have somebody in your corner, you start to see life for what it is. And you'll see that there's struggles on the road, and you have to do your time, be nice to the wait staff, tip them, bring them gifts, go to their hotel room, order any food you want. Because once a girl says she's in your room, Lee, you can't. There's nothing you can do. Right. If you're married or you have a girlfriend, anything ever happens and that girl says she was in your room, I can't say nothing to my wife.
Right, of course now, yeah.
Listen, man, I was in comedy from 91 to 2000 before I met my wife. That was 9 years. I don't know the amount of women. I don't know the amount of drugs I did before I met her. I had a steady girlfriend for 4 years out of those 9 years. So for 5 years, I was single. So think about it. A lot happened. Some of it I'm happy about. And it was my life everywhere. Like I had the problems with John and my ex-wife. I was shoplifting espresso machines. I was fucking, it was a 9-year experience that I think I'll write another book and just put those 9 years before I got to LA. But once I met my wife, it was the weirdest thing because I had just dated a girl till about April. Not dated her. It was just me and her were doing whatever we could. And then one day I said, I can't do this again. I'm home now. I've been on the road for 2 years. I got a great 45 minutes. It's time to take this. And I remember meeting my wife. And then I was with her or I was always with Ralphie. That's who I was with. I was either one of those guys. I was over at Ralphie's, over at my wife's house, or at the Comedy Store. And then you got to remember, I moved in with my wife 4 months after I met her, pretty much. I don't know what, when people look at that, that's why people could do whatever the fuck they want. I never wanted to break my wife's heart because she was very sweet and very nice. And at one point in the relationship, some girl at the store, a waitress, said that she was there one night when I hooked up with a girl. And my wife was like, you're lying. Because I was here that night and he went home with me. We went food shopping. So it just, after I met Terry, it was like everything else I couldn't do anything at the store because she worked there.
Right.
I'm at the store. I didn't want him back. The worst thing for a woman is for another woman to come up to her and say, hey, this is what's going on. And he did it right here.
Right. So you never do that to her, yeah.
Whatever. It wasn't worth it to me. What she was offering me at the time, I was 37. She was 30. I had everything I wanted with her. So and over the years, you bump into some freaks, whatever. But like I haven't been in a strip club in 3 years.
No?
When I first got here, I was bored. I would go to my buddy's strip club. Then it got shut down. And one day I go, well, maybe I'll go back up there. And I'm like, I don't even feel good looking at naked women. There was a girl up there that scared me every time I went up there.
How did she scare you?
Because she wore combat boots and she put her heels together. She was balls ass naked. She weighed like 80 pounds, but she had a lot of fucking muscle in those bones. And she would clack her fucking heels together and it would always make me jump. And I'm like, I can't focus. I would be watching the game. They had all types of girls in there, Asians. There was everything.
Wait, you were there to watch the game?
I would go up there I would bet a game, like a basketball game, $25, and I would go up there and watch the last quarter. I would talk to my buddy, and I would look at some young pussy. Why not? What am I, a fucking?
I was going to say, this doesn't make sense.
I looked at them interacting, which was even better. And I looked at guys. I love seeing guys in the strip club.
Oh, yeah.
Guys that are too cool. And they don't want nothing. We don't want nothing. We're here to discuss business. And 10 minutes later, you see them going crazy once they get 3 drinks in them. I love all that shit. But the reason I like that club the most was because there were Cuban girls. There were a bunch of Cuban refugees. And I'd go in there and I'd give the girl like a $10 fucking singles. And she'd talk to me for 20 minutes about Cuba and what was going on there. Believe it or not. Believe it or not.
In Spanish?
Yeah, I would talk to her in Spanish. She was telling me that they would fly supplies to Cuba every Friday by Teterboro Airport. And she could take me to Cuba. Her family could take me to Cuba. They live in Miami. Dog, it was on. I was thinking some fucking great thoughts. But then I was like, man, I get caught in Cuba with no protection. I go to jail for 30 years. Nobody can say shit. Who's going to save me on the island? Steve McQueen is dead. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget, big UFC card. Baseball is big, but I'm going to tell you, all you got to do is bet Oshani or Judge to hit a home run. Every 3 games, and you're a winner. You're going to win $20 a night.
Otani's crazy.
What's that?
Otani's crazy.
Bro, last night when it was Boston 3-0, my buddy called me. He was like, yeah, I'm watching the game. It's 3-0. I go, where they playing? He goes, LA. I go, you know what? I don't trust Otani. He can hit you from anywhere. And then it was 3-2. And I said, you know what? It's 5 runs. I guarantee I should bet the over tonight. And I didn't even look at it. This morning I'm in the gym. There it is on the thing. They won like 13-6 or some shit. It went over like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
He's just like a crazy person. And then like that. Do you ever think if like that gambling thing was like he's just so good that he just paid his buddy to like take him?
That's a Yakuza. Anything could happen. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. You know, he's such a big attraction for the Dodgers now. Anything is possible. I hope that's not it. I hope I'm wrong because I really like him as a baseball player.
He's so good.
Yeah, you know,
It's
I
like a
don't
video
know.
game.
I know if I was him, he's a big motherfucker and he's young. I'd have 18 Japanese women waiting for me every night in those fucking hotels. Yeah, doing karate, the whole thing. Karate, judo, making sushi. I'm in. Eating ass with sushi in it. You know.
Have you ever done that?
No, I never, what do you think? I eat ass at a sushi restaurant?
Yeah.
There was that restaurant close to the Comedy Store,
Right.
and they were a sushi restaurant for a while. Since I was in LA, they have been everything. I went to them when I signed with my first agent. He took me there for breakfast. That place was everything, a breakfast place, an Indian place. But anyway, towards the end, they made it a sushi place. And one night a week, they would eat the sushi off the naked lady. They would have like an Asian one and like a blonde. And you go down there, I don't know if they'd let you dip the sushi in that wasabi ass, but I would try it. You know what I'm saying? Put a little wasabi in a muffler and throw that little yin yang sauce in there with the wasabi, a little taste of the fucking pubic hair from the asshole. It might be something different. Some people like caviar, some people like pubic hair. It's all whatever the fuck you think you like, Lee Syatt.
I never went to one of those places.
Choo choo, ka-choo. You know what I'm saying? But you'd rather go eat a conveyor belt with dirty fingers and God knows what on it. Me, I'll go eat some dirty fingers, but it's from some blonde's asshole that has fucking a piece of Philly roll in there, some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus. Do you have cities where like were the most fun?
Do I what?
Do you remember like cities back then when you first started, like that you started to do your first like shows where you were headlining?
Yeah, I had a ton of great cities I went to. Like my first round of what I would do is go to cities that I wanted to do something in.
Okay.
So the first city I really wanted to go to was Detroit because it was the murder capital. When I was younger, I wanted to go check it out, and I fell in love in Detroit. It was great. And then I ended up in a room in Baltimore. All right, for 2 weeks at a shot. That club is long gone. And then those were my first two that stuck out. And then Tribble had some runs that obviously, you know, you go back a second time with them like 6 months. Every town, I'll never forget one thing about my early years of comedy. One thing I was really pleased with was I really liked the traveling and where I was going. I wasn't going to places that people spoke about.
Those are my favorite places.
And at the end of the day, those will always be your favorite places.
Oh, they're the best.
I don't know why.
Because
I always said to you that some of the best coke I got was in South Dakota. This was filled with Indians and white people. I go to the one restaurant that has a Mexican cook. He comes out to mop the floor, and I go, bro, you got a cousin where I get some shit from? Next thing you know, I'm at his house eating Mexican food, and his cousin's there weighing cocaine up for me in South Dakota in front of his sister, his wife, you know, and I'm like, only I could bump into this. Now you're going, Joey, it's a drugstore. I used to go where Evel Knievel jumped. I would go there and eat lunch and watch where he jumped.
how would you meet these people?
I would go to Cleveland and go to the Rock and Roll Museum. I went to all those places just to go to those places where I wanted to go to. And then I went to places that I didn't know anything about, like places in Montana that till this day I'm happy I went there. I love that shit. The big cities, you go there once or twice. Everything you do, you're locked in with 20,000 other people. You know, when you go to like Nebraska and Colleen takes you for lunch and you go to like a place that's 22 people in there and 8 of them know each other. And people are saying good morning to each other. And they give you a hearty meal with bread and salads. And it costs you $18. And you're like, wow, this is fucking great. And then you say to yourself, man, I could live here. Then you stay there the second night and you see some of the more people in the town. And you're like, I don't think I'll move here. But I'll keep coming to town. There's a bunch of those places. And I still remember saying to myself, you meet all these people that try to be debonair and they talk about Europe, France, and Spain and Montego Bay, and they sound to be so cool. I think this is cooler. What I'm doing is a lot cooler. I'm meeting real people.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool people. Like even like the people who work at the clubs. Like being there the whole weekend, you get to to meet people and you meet. There's as crazy as the world's getting, there still are like a lot of cool people out there.
It's I love small town mentality.
Mm-hmm.
I love when you go to those towns and they talk to you, you have to calm them down. Like, listen, I'm not that guy, Like, this is before The Sopranos and shit. But people always come to me in those towns and go, were you in a mob movie? And I tell them the truth. I don't do no fucking movies. Oh, you belong in the movies and shit, But they always want to know your story. And that was very nice. They don't care about money. They don't care about success. And that's nice when you meet genuine people who want that from you. That's a weird feeling, man.
Right.
No matter where you are in your life, you're just a struggling comic and you know it. And these people are treating you with respect. And you're like, what the fuck is going on in the world? But then you appreciate it years later. You appreciate it then and you appreciate it years later.
And it's fun, like, I'm not really... It's always cool to do a show with you, and I love it. But the people who are there love me just because of the podcast. They were already pretty happy for me. Like, it was fun in Fort Wayne because people came out definitely last minute who came for the podcast and knew me. But most of the people were Josh fans who came because they had tickets already. And it was cool to just get people who had no idea who I was and thought I was funny. And that was great.
We should name this podcast Comedy is a Journey. Because it really is. And the beautiful thing about this journey of what you learn about yourself along the way. That's the best thing of everything, is you learn about yourself and what you could tolerate. And all of a sudden what felt weird to do 2 years ago, now you're doing it. It's amazing the first time I saw Doug Stanhope's car. Like in 96, I saw his car, 97. No. What the fuck am I saying? Like 93, I saw his car.
What did that mean?
His car was just a road machine. It was a car. The front seat had a cooler.
Okay.
Back seat had a hanger, stick in the back. And there'd be shirts back there. The trunk had everything in it. Water bottles, extra oil, a basketball, a Frisbee. He had everything in there. Everything.
What was it, like a sedan? What was
A sedan. It was a 2-door. But the back seat had a stick in the back. And it had his clothes on there. And then he slept in the back seat.
Holy shit.
He had a pillow. And he was smaller. He was a smaller guy. He was a tiny guy. So he would just put his feet up and sleep in the car. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, shit. I need to get prepared now for what I'm going to do, my next journey. And I hunted down like an old Nissan and fixed it up and that car. And I did the same thing. I copied from Stanhope, the hanger in the back, hang a suit back there, a nice shirt, everything that you might need. Because you're going to need it. You're going to go to a comedy club one night and they're going to go, hey, did you bring a suit? And you're like, no, 90 degrees, There's all those things. So he had all those things already ready. That was mind-boggling to me. In the back, he had spark plugs, wrenches, a jack, a tire, everything that he needed just in case something went wrong.
That's crazy.
He had everything.
And he just never went home.
No.
He was home.
Most interesting thing was when he won San Francisco in 95. The night of the finals, somebody broke into his car and stole all his clothes. So he had to go to the fucking Goodwill and buy a suit, like a green suit, and he went up there and won.
And that's what is that why he like wears the suits he wears now? It's like that suit.
Yeah, he's a thrift store guy. He always has been.
That's wild. That's like, and I love comedy, but I don't know if I could live in my like. There's a lot of comics I have a lot of respect for who do that.
Brother, listen, we've discussed this. You're gonna do this.
I'm doing it. I'm just.
There's gonna be a night you're gonna call me and go, there's no hotels.
Oh, that's different.
The guy, no, there's nights you're gonna call me and go, dog, they want $180 for a hotel. All I need is a 3-hour nap.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely cheap. I would do that for sure.
Over on the side behind the hotel, take a 3-hour nap, wake up, go to McDonald's. It's open 24 hours. Get an egg McMuffin, an orange, the coffee, and pew, you're out and fucking running, my friend.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be. I like this part, but it is nerve wracking. But I'm excited.
It's nerve wracking. It tests your wills. It really shows you, like, dog, you think when I met people and I was doing comedy for 15 years, at least for me, 15 years, I had a movie. Okay.
What does that mean?
By 2006, I was in Spider-Man 2 and fucking The Longest Yard. So it wasn't a waste of 15 years.
Got it.
Man, what about those guys? You know, how do you think I felt at the 20-year mark? I had nothing going on for me. Right? At 20 years, no, it was starting to. It took 20 years for the needle to start moving. And I see all these young comics now trying to do like videos and interviews and racial stuff, like to identify. They're never going to sell tickets that way. It's going to introduce you to an audience, but to really win over an audience, you have to give them a piece of yourself. And that's what's good in today's comedy world, that through podcast, people get to see you, you know, and they get to hear your opinions and how you speak and blah, blah, blah. So now people have an idea who they're going to see, you know,
Right.
who they watch. 20 years ago, people went to a show. You probably had one YouTube tape on there.
Right.
You know? They didn't have an idea unless you were on a TV show and they went to see that character. See, if you were Boomer in a show on CBS and you did great on that show as Boomer, people are going to go watch you as Boomer. When you go up there and talk about you ate some black girl's ass, they're going to look at you and go, well, we've never heard this dialogue before.
I mean, luckily, you've only been a couple of people mad.
So this podcast let people see you. Podcasts let people see you. YouTube lets people see you. So now people know what they're going to see. That's why when people get mad about an act now, I go, that's bullshit. You had every opportunity. You could even go on your phone and look at them in YouTube. Everybody's got YouTube as the app.
Right.
So this is a fucking journey, Lee. This is what nobody seems to tell you when you first join. They don't add that word to it.
Yeah. Sometimes people ask me, like, why do you do a show here? Or and I honestly think it's like you have to do it. Like, I wouldn't have been ready for the last weekend if I hadn't done like not weird shows, but shows in the middle of nowhere.
One of the people on Patreon, I explained to them that I was not surprised that this is happening.
Why?
Because I'm only taking credit to helping you in one way, and that's by bringing different comics in front of you.
Oh, yeah. I saw every comic.
And you got to hear their story, especially somebody like Ralphie May, who you identified with. You really enjoyed Ralphie.
I love Ralphie. Yeah.
Bert, Tom, Ali Sadiq is doing great now. He came on the podcast 8 years ago and destroyed it. You know, it's great to see. Like, look at the church and look at Andrew Schultz when he came on the church.
Right.
You're
Very
gonna
different.
You're going to fucking die. When he was a baby when he came on, when we had him on there, you know. And you were around these guys.
Right.
You know, Jimmy Florentine's son is in camp this week, basketball camp. And I told him before he left, I go, listen, they're going to throw a lot of information at you. It's a lot of information in 5 days. I don't care if you're 12 or you're 30. That's a lot of information. But if you could take one thing from each experience, one thing, Lee, hold the microphone with your left hand. Lee, you know, because there's constant things I could tell you. If you join the boxing class, every time you come to class, I'm going to go, Lee, you're not picking up your left heel. After a month, you'll pick up your left heel. But now you're not bringing your hand back quick enough. You're focusing on the heel. He's going to catch you with the jab or whatever. I'm just making shit up here, guys. I don't know nothing about boxing. But with stand-up, it's you catch yourself. You know, you have to really be open. And you took the best. You took one quality from all those comics. And that's brilliant. You didn't even know. You would call me a week later and say, man, that's weird about this guy. He lived in a shoebox for a month. You know, it either made you hate the guy or like the guy.
Right. Yeah.
That character, either the character flaw, him laying it on the line for you, made you love him. You know, we never did a podcast where we spoke from strength. We spoke from our flaws.
Right. Of course.
Know, everybody wants to hear your strength. Fuck your strength. Tell me when you suck dick behind a Chinese restaurant for $5 a cock during happy hour, you know, whatever.
Right.
And that's what we did. And that's why those comics grew on you. I was there at Ralph. You know what incites, you know what makes you grow? Enthusiasm. Enthusiasm always makes you grow. Even when you bomb, if you're enthusiastic about your set, at least it comes over like you give a fuck. Think about those words I just told you. Enthusiasm is everything. But the biggest enthusiasm you get from comedy is from seeing somebody rise. More so than yourself. When you went up to somebody after a show at a Mexican bar and go, dog, that was pretty funny. And they're like, yeah, you work out at the Improv. Yeah, you're at the Laugh Factory. And all of a sudden you start meeting. And all of a sudden you start going to his house. And all of a sudden one day, he gets a call, man, from NBC to do something. And a week later, he's a household name. But you were there before anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
6 out of 10 comics, because of insecurities, he's a fucking douchebag. He didn't put me on the show. Where a guy like you would go, bro, nothing but success for you. If you need anything, you need a joke, whatever you need, I'm here. And there's a lot of comics who can't do that from the heart. That's real growth. When you see a friend of yours growing in front of you, and then it's been a year and you're still fucking doing Aunt Paisley's underwear on Wednesday night for the small 50, that'll inspire you and make you enthusiastic. And bro, enthusiasm in this business is what makes you grow. If you come out and I can read how enthusiastic you are being here, fuck. I'm taking a ride with you. I'm sucking your dick afterward. I'm buying a T-shirt. I'm taking a picture. I'm going to fix you up with my mom. You know.
Yeah, and I don't even have any merch or anything like that yet. But
No. We're not talking about merch, Lee.
Oh, I know.
We're not being funny right now. We're not talking about merch or anything like that. We're just discussing the journey. We're discussing how people need to slow up. You know, people see all these kids on Netflix and shit. And then you start questioning yourself. When is my ship coming in? Your ship's coming in. The same way it did for Lee when he was ready for it. Your ship's going to come in the day fucking Microsoft sells your fucking stuff to the Chinese. Josh can't get there. You get the nod and you perform.
This is anxiety was right. I flew in the night before because I get so nervous flying in day of, and like anxiety was right. It got me my fucking chance. It was awesome.
Well, anxiety paid off. The early bird gets the worm. We always went in on Thursday nights, right? Checked in, got a nice dinner on Thursday, smoked a couple joints. Now you're there for Friday.
Yeah, it makes me feel so much more comfortable.
Got $130 in the hotel, cost you a whole day of aggravation.
Yep.
Plus, you went to a great restaurant and you dropped a $100 tip, so that everybody knows you're in town.
I love it. I do it all the time.
I'm really proud of you for last week, brother.
Thanks, buddy.
Nobody gave you shit. You fought for every goddamn piece of it. You sat in that office with flies on your neck and hummus and 2,000 milligrams a night like a soldier. So what's going on right now should not surprise you. The respect Josh Wolf has for you should not surprise you. And the respect I have for you should not surprise you. You're on and ready for your fucking journey. You got your wings, cocksucker.
Well, I love you, buddy. I'm excited. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Nothing. You're gonna have a great time. You're a free bird. Everything that you wanted came into place. And now it's your turn to fucking navigate this. I'm too old. This is your game now. I'm living vicariously through you. I'm your assistant to the assistant to the assistant manager.
Let's see.
Well, I'm making moves in New York for you.
I'm so excited to get to.
Okay.
I guess can I say it? I guess yeah. By the end of the year, I'll be in New York full time. It's gonna be. I'm like, dude. This is like even before comedy, since I was like 6. New York has been a dream.
Here I am drinking Coke Zero like a fucking mort. Like I'm losing weight every fucking day.
Yeah, I love Coke Zero.
Lee, it has been a pleasure to sit behind the scenes and watch you grow. It really is. It makes me want to cry. It makes me want to, but I know why you did it. And Lee, tell these I didn't call a club for you. I didn't do nothing. I didn't sign up to fucking make it an easy path for you. I taught you the first 3 years and make you do edibles. I put blindfolds on you.
You still make me do edibles before the shows. What do you mean you do?
I had Ralphie torture you. I had Josh torture you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
I had Eric torture you. I've thrown so many obstacles at you. And listen, it's been a fucking pleasure. So my last couple of years in LA, now my memories changed a lot. Because you were sitting there like an old Jew paying attention, taking notes. And that's what a good old Jew attorney does, my brother. Have a great week. Where are you at this week? You didn't tell me nothing.
I didn't tell you yet. On Friday, I'm at the Comedy Scene in Foxborough. And Saturday, I'm at McHugh's in New Hampshire.
All right. What time of both show? You headlining both of them or you're part of an ensemble?
I'm featuring at the Comedy Scene and at McHugh's. And then August 29th at 9:15, I'm doing a show in New York at Rodney's. I'll have the link on my Instagram.
What's the date on that?
It's August 29th.
Okay.
Thursday, 9:15. I'm sorry?
That's a Saturday night?
I thought it was a Thursday. Let me check.
Fuck.
I know it's the.
I'll be out of town. Before you.
Yeah, it's a Thursday.
The reason why I started this podcast late was because my brother called me from Delaware to ask me some dates. And I was like, God damn it. Now you're telling me all the dates. I am happy. I'm making it to the Gracie barbecue.
Oh, shit. Nice.
24th. I'm happy about that. But I got nothing going on. I'll just be here next Monday with you talking about fucking what we do best. Stand up.
Right.
Love you. Have a good week, my brother.